Isolated variety, 95 Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. This is 97.1 FM Talk. Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
The Annie Frey Show is sponsored by Air Comfort Service, Heating, Cooling, and Insulation. Not sure if you should repair or replace an aging air conditioner? Check out the free repair or replace tool from Air Comfort Service. Visit aircomfortservice.com/repair or replace.
Annie Frey, Ryan Wiggins, Brad Ray.
That's us. That's right. Gotta love this American ride.
What do you want from me? I'm not America's sweetheart.
For goodness sake, kid.
Happy Wednesday. Welcome to the Annie Frey Show. There are two people that have climbed to the top of the Empire State Building. They've got a banner that they're flying up there. And it said two, this is the Fox News report, two masked people climbed on top of the Empire State Building Wednesday afternoon holding a banner reading, quote, "When the power of love beats the love of power, the world knows peace." And then one of the people appeared to pull an engagement ring out of a backpack, get down on one knee, and propose. Did you have this type of charisma when you proposed to Mrs. Wiggins, Ryan?
I can confidently say yes.
What building did you climb atop?
It was a little school building in Columbia, Missouri. I think we were on the second floor, so pretty high.
It was a 10-story
It was
building.
her classroom. We were inside.
Did you really propose to her in her classroom?
I did.
In front of her kids?
No. It was after hours. So
Ooh.
she came, not after hours, but she got a note from her principal at the end of the day that said, "Hey, you need to come see me." And
You sent her to the principal's
I
office?
did. It was a really cool setup. And then she went on basically a scavenger hunt throughout the entire city of Columbia, Missouri.
And you were the treasure.
I was not. There was a
principal
nice
was.
big ring at the end, and she was just gazing at that the whole time, and not me.
She's like, sure, why not?
She actually told me later when I was because she went all around the city, came back, and I was in her classroom, and I proposed to her
The
there.
city? You sent her around the city?
Yeah, like different spots that we had sort of dates at
Not
or
like
whatever.
to the 5th grade classroom and the
no
8th grade classroom.
The whole city. Like she went to the what's the famous theater there? I can't remember the name of it. That was one of them.
Columbia, Missouri.
Yeah, there's a theater there that lots of good acts come to. I can't remember the name of it. That was one
We'll
of them.
take your word for it. I
Her
wouldn't know it
first
if you said it.
apartment was one, and then like all these other spots, and then she came back to her own classroom.
Had she seen you?
No, she didn't know I was in the city at all.
Did you hide in a big box?
I was in the dumpster, and I was filthy, and I thought she'll never look here. And
That
she
part's
didn't.
not real.
That part's not real.
Please say
The
that
rest of
part's
it's
not real.
But she came in, and the only thing she told me later that she was thinking the whole time, she's like, don't assume that this is the proposal, because if it's not, you're going to be really disappointed when you get there.
Yeah.
And so she got there, and I was down on one knee in her classroom. Everybody was gone, of
You
course.
took her back to the classroom?
It ended back where it started. And then she told
put
me
a lot of work into
oh,
this.
yeah. And she told me the one thing that she remembered from that moment was telling herself, "Look at him, don't look at the ring."
Did she pick it out? No?
No, I designed it for her.
Where?
At the diamond shop.
And this is an advertisement for the diamond shop.
Hey, look at that.
No, it's
all
not.
the plans.
That's just part of the story
It
that I
is
know.
part of the story. It's real.
We love the people at the diamond shop. But you put all that work into that engagement. Did you always know that you would work that hard for an engagement?
No, I didn't think I'd work that hard for anything.
She was worth it.
She was worth it. Period.
Ryan was about to crack a joke, and he's like, "This isn't the
This
time."
isn't the time. We're not
I
gonna do
have
that. She
never.
might be listening.
Today, July 1st, 2026, is the first time I've witnessed that level of restraint on Ryan Wiggins' face.
I'm a grown-up now. I'm growing as
Today.
a person and a man.
Today. So, yes, there are two people who are climbing down, apparently, from the top of the Empire State Building. The NYPD showed up. The pair appeared to take down the banner and climb down to the lower platform. Good for them. The Fox News report says roughly 40 police officers remain in front of the building. Others are directing traffic around the building. The entrance on 5th Avenue, blah, 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 is blocked off. Pedestrians are seen gathering on every corner surrounding the building, watching the situation. Counting the spire and antenna, the skyscraper stands 1,454 feet tall, a little higher than the second floor of the school building, but it's currently the 4th tallest building in New York City, 6th tallest in the U.S., and the 43rd tallest tower in the world. I don't believe for a second that these people are actually in love and getting married.
Oh, I think that we're going to find out that they were just two lovebirds in ski masks and that they wanted to tell the world that love conquers all. I think that's what we're going to find at the end.
That is the front-facing message of socialism in New York.
No.
Guys, we are here to hug.
No.
It's all love. Don't even worry about the 1,400-foot drop at the bottom of that. It's just you hug it out.
Dang it, that's a good analogy now. I hate that. Because I want this to be pure. I want their love to be pure. Mm-hmm. I want their motives to be pure. Mm-hmm. I want them to not be advocating for the redistribution of wealth with their engagement, which is what you're saying they're doing. Mm-hmm. I don't think so.
These people have to be in it for something. I don't know who the people are. If I am wrong and this is just an impossible feat of love and affection, of monogamous commitment to one another for a lifetime, I'll eat my words. I'm not really worried about it, though, because I doubt it. I presume that this is going to be for influence benefit, for clicks, for views, for sponsorships, whatever it might be. Not really feeling the vibe myself.
But now you're talking about capitalism. If it's for clicks and it's for sponsorships.
I hate you. Maybe.
Yeah, you know it.
Yeah, but only if people sign up for it, That's the capitalistic part of this. That if you want to break laws, that's not capitalist. But if you want to break laws because you think it's going to benefit you in the long run, that's really what socialists think capitalism is. So there you go.
You think that maybe
at all costs.
He was, quote unquote, the American people, and she was, quote unquote, universal basic income. And
Hold
he
on
was
a second. I need to start writing this down so I keep the analogy straight. Do you think genuinely, do you think these people are going to live a long, happy, committed life to one another?
No.
I mean, the odds aren't in their favor if they were proposing at a Yankees game.
I mean, stunt marriages typically don't last a long time.
Man, how do you? Well, before we get too deep into this, Brad, how'd you propose? Before we're talking about those people who propose then I asked you, Brad, how'd you do it?
Well, I took her out to dinner at Mungo's, which is an Italian restaurant. It's in Collinsville now, but there used to be a location in Fairview Heights, which is where I took her, and just took her out to a nice dinner. And she thought it was my birthday dinner, and I got down on one knee and proposed. And
at the restaurant?
Yes, and stumbled all over my words.
Representing fascism.
Yeah. None of it made any sense what I was trying to say.
But Mary, you're like, you understand this is an allegory for governmental structures across the world.
And Terry's like, I get it.
Yeah,
totally.
I'm in.
It's a yes. It's a yes for me,
That's
dog.
a hard yes. But it wasn't like anything super spectacular or clever or anything like that. I didn't make her run all over to town to the place.
Her.
Yeah,
Did you hear that?
Come on now.
Ryan was like, lady, you're going to have to work for this.
Right. Yeah, I didn't make her.
Yeah, but, gave her the ring that I designed for her.
She could have opted out at any time, Ryan.
Oh, yeah, she could have just gone home.
Yeah.
We were waiting there for all night.
That's probably what that's what I would have done if Jared would. And I mean, to each their own.
Oh, yeah.
Your wife and I are very different people. She's very nice. She's so sweet and kind.
You said it.
I know. I'm very aware of who I am, and I'm working really hard every day to combat this. But I could totally see how she would just be giddy over all of that. My instruction to my husband, if a lady is allowed to provide instruction when you're discussing this, is I said, please, I do not want anything public. No public. So he proposed to me in my apartment. So, no, just like you said, he didn't do anything overly fancy and publicly showy, but I had specifically said that. So,
if I were to do it today in St. Louis, I would make her go down to the Arch and then walk through the tent city.
in the sinkhole? And then in the other sinkhole.
And there'd be little notes at the bottom of each one to tell her here's the next one.
Can we get a man in the street report from Mrs. Wiggins?
Go to the burned out 7-Eleven. And then it's me.
Under the sign that says peace, love, and ranch.
Yes.
It's my most favorite St. Louis landmark is the gas station down the street here that's, give or take, depending on the day, fenced off. Because sometimes the fence is not up.
Right.
And on there, somebody graffitied peace, love, and ranch. And I'm like, I'm okay with that. I want to go across the city on all the public buildings and get rid of all the graffiti first.
You really got to give it to Hidden Valley. I mean, they're going outside the box for marketing.
Taking it, this has been up long. That spray paint has probably been up for 18 months at least. I think so. But yeah, Hidden Valley is having a moment right now on the World Cup stage. Did you see that there are at the airports like impulse buy kiosks where you check out in the general stores and it's just big things of ranch?
No, I have not seen that.
Yeah, ranch is having its day, and it should.
Oh yeah.
So should Congresswoman Mary Miller, who's on the Annie Frey Show next.
It's a great transition.
Thank you.
Let me see the show sheet. Oh, you're telling the truth.
Thank you. Can confirm. Man, I should have. Well, anyway. No. Congresswoman Mary Miller is going to be with us next. Excited to talk to her about everything that's been coming out of the Supreme Court and the Save America Act and the likelihood that could pass the House, that could get through to President Trump's desk. We'll see if Congresswoman Mary Miller from the Illinois 15th District would support the Save America Act and talk about a few other things, including that Supreme Court ruling regarding keeping women sports protected so that only women are participating in them. The Congresswoman will be with us next. We're asking you on the YouTube live chat poll, do you fly an American flag at your home? Yes or no? Let us know at youtube.com/@AnnieFrey or go to the YouTube app, type in Annie Frey. You'll see we're broadcasting live. In the chat portion is where that poll is. And we want your texts on this. Do you fly the flag at your house? 314-241-9797. Congresswoman Miller next. The Retirement Advisory Group. You find them online at retirementkey.com. And I encourage you to reach out to the Kershaws at the Retirement Advisory Group and plug in. First meeting, that initial conversation with them, have a no-cost review of your retirement. This is a phone call that you can make at 314-993-9494, 314-993-9494. And you make an appointment. You sit down and you discuss where you are, and they tell you how to get where you need to be. And they'll help you answer those questions about, gosh, how long is my money going to last? What if I don't do anything and the market has a downturn? Always possibility. Am I going to get crushed? Protect yourself from the next market downturn. Create a personalized structured income plan and do it with the best in the business. The Retirement Advisory Group, who are helping you usher yourself into retirement with confidence and peace of mind. The number to call is 314-993-9494. That's 314-993-9494. They're great people, and they've helped so many folks just like you help plan retirement. RetirementKey.com.
Here's a World Soccer Championship preview.
Brought to you by Liberty Mutual Insurance. Only pay for what you need. All eyes are on Santa Clara, where the United States men's national team looks for their first knockout round win since 2002, taking on a capable Bosnian side that thrives on set-piece opportunities. It's been 24 years since the United States has defeated a European opponent. They'll look for better defending after giving up 3 goals to Turkey. I'm Mike Conti.
Is your home, business, or church looking tired, chalky, or in need of curb appeal? Go Rhino. Tired of painting year after year? Go Rhino. Our unique 3M ceramic technology is perfect for brick, stucco, aluminum, steel, color lock masonite, and more. It's backed by our 25-year transferable warranty to not chip, crack, or peel. Great if you're staying, and even better if you're selling. Our ceramic coating allows you to maintain all of your architectural features. The decision to do vinyl will leave your home looking like a plastic moldy box. With Rhino Shield, in 15 years, your home will still have that, wow, it looks like you just got it painted. We've done large condo complexes, parking garages, pole barns, and commercial strip malls. We coat sloped and flat roofs to extend their lives too. Evaluations are free. 877-25-RHINO or 877-25rhino.com. See what we did there? Genius. Tell them, ladies.
Don't paint, don't Rhino. Go Rhino Shield. Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
Nothing makes a gathering great like Eggland's Best Eggs. They're just so delicious with better nutrition, too. For us, it's eggs any style, as long as they're the best. Eggland's Best. Better taste, better nutrition, better eggs.
You're listening to The Annie Frey Show on 97.1 FM Talk, St. Louis Conservative.
Welcome back to the Annie Frey Show. I want to get right to our next guest. Congresswoman Mary Miller joins us. She represents Illinois' 15th District at Rep. Mary Miller on X. Congresswoman, thank you for the time today. Happy 4th of July, Independence Day. It's good to have you with us.
Same to you.
Thank you so much. I wanted to ask you, there's a couple issues that I want to get to, including the Screen Act that you are a big part of, that is a part of child online safety. But before we get to that, I wanted to get your reaction yesterday to some of the Supreme Court rulings that we got yesterday. Maybe you can talk about any other ones that have come here as of late. But specifically, the Supreme Court's ruling that in those states that have said biological boys cannot participate in sports that are girls' sports. What did you think about that from the affirmation for the laws that existed in the state? Because in Illinois, as you and I both know, that law doesn't exist in Illinois. So Illinois girls still have to deal with this issue.
Well, it's a battle we have to continue to fight. And it, like I say, it's not going to force states like Illinois to get in line with the executive order that President Trump issued on day one. So it's really too bad for Illinois.
Yeah. A part of the rulings there in the Supreme Court had to do with birthright citizenship, counting ballots. It's another issue that we're dealing with in the state of Illinois. Others are as well. Counting ballots after Election Day. There's a lot that the Save America Act addresses that the Supreme Court was unwilling to address from the bench. And, I'm looking at this saying, I think that this is Congress's responsibility. This belongs to the legislative branch. Can the Save America Act pass the House, and can we get it to the Senate?
The Senate will not move on anything, and we're just stalled out here. We have sent it multiple times to the Senate, 3 times, and they're not doing their job. They're worthless. Hopefully, we can get a third reconciliation package passed, and we can get that included. But it's a scary time in a way. I encourage the listeners, if they believe in the power of prayer, to pray for those that are in authority, like the scriptures say. We need God's intervention and his favor on this. I don't know what else to say. And then the most egregious ruling yesterday had to do with the birthright citizenship, which, we all know has been exploited for decades. America should not reward illegal immigration or encourage birth tourism by automatically granting citizenship to every child born here. No serious country in the world would do that. In fact, I saw a list of, a very long list of countries that do not allow this.
Yeah. It's not an uncommon practice. We're actually kind of in the uncommon category when it comes to allowing birthright or birth tourism here in the United States. Let's shift gears here to something that you're very active in. The Screen Act is an act that establishes a national age verification requirement for commercial websites that distribute obscene material online. And Congresswoman, there are a lot of websites and online entities that will permit the distribution of obscene material. It's not just, the obvious sites that people might think. There's a lot of that on the internet. Talk to me about the Screen Act and your part in it.
Sure. Well, as you know, one of my top priorities is to stand up and strengthen the American family. Parents are doing everything they can, but today's internet makes explicit content available with just a few clicks. Sadly, children, the first time that they encounter online pornography, on average, the age is 11. Ugh. And by the time our children, I think it's 80% of American children, by the time they're 18, have been exposed to it on the internet. And the porn industry knows children are accessing this content. They do not care. They are looking for future customers. So my bill is going to require someone to prove that they're 18 in order to enter the site. And the fact is that we protect our children from all other kind of vices. I mean, you have to be 18 to purchase tobacco, to purchase alcohol, to enter a casino. We also protect our children. They can't buy firearms, under 18. They can't go into adult shows. So this is common sense. Our children need to be protected. It's the first role of the government.
Do you feel as though, are you getting pushback from any particular place on trying to protect these kids from being able to access this? Is there an entity? Is it a bipartisan support that you have for this type of activity?
It is bipartisan. There are people that are concerned about privacy, but there's several things with this. First of all this is doing is closing the door to the porn companies so that it cannot be opened unless you first prove that you're 18 or older. And so the porn companies can keep churning out their filth and the perverts can keep accessing it, but you have to prove you're 18. And I am a big supporter of the First Amendment, but the First Amendment protections have never applied to obscenity. And that's what this is.
We're speaking with Congresswoman Mary Miller, Illinois' 15th District Representative. It's not lost on me that, especially with the socialism creep in the Democrat Party, that there is a constant effort from our overbloated bureaucratic government to break down the family, to divide the family, to separate the family, to diminish fatherhood within a home. I mean, it is a tenet of socialism to rely on government, where I feel as though the capitalistic, the alternative to socialism is to encourage we the people within our communities, within, of course, our family, our core family units, our churches, to be there for one another, to lift each other up, to help each other. When you break all that down, when you diminish all of that, then all of a sudden the government's help seems to look a little more attractive. Are you concerned about the Democrat Party socialism creep that they're experiencing across the country right now?
Well, absolutely. I heard someone say the other day, you're more likely to find a spotted owl in D.C. than to find a blue dog Democrat. They have been taken over by radical. Need to work with any of them if they could come up with any good ideas. They have no good ideas, which is why they opened the border under Joe Biden and brought in 20 million. ICE's initiative to deport these people, and why they are all 100% opposed to voter ID and proof of U.S. citizenship. The only way they can stay in power, because they have bad ideas, is to replace the American people at the polls.
Do you feel, Congresswoman, that, I wouldn't ask you to name names, but we wouldn't turn them down. But do you get the sense on Capitol Hill that there are Democrats who are fretting about the direction of the Democrat Party, but they're not, they kind of see the way that people are going in primaries, where if you are a moderate, if there were 13 people who just signed that thing last week that said, we're capitalists and Democrats. Yeah. So there are a few. Is that sentiment real on Capitol Hill? They just don't know how to go and navigate about being a Democrat and a capitalist in 2026?
I would say barely there. I have heard just like one or two people, one or two Democrats. It's barely there. Their hunger, their thirst for power oversees what they know is right to do. And I don't know. I just think about the Apostle Paul. He said, we will give an account for what we've done in our bodies, whether for good or for evil. And it would really benefit politicians to remind themselves of that. But it's a lust for power. I just cannot say enough how the American people need to be razzed up and go out and vote. Yeah. It is your civic duty. It is the very minimum thing that you do. Inform yourself and go vote. The Republican Party, we're flawed individuals, but the Republican Party platform is amazing, and we are there for the American people. Just like a year ago, we passed the big, beautiful bill with tax cuts in it. People should have accessed those and benefited already. But, we raised the child tax credit. We made permanent tax relief, like in light of the death tax, saving the family farm. We funded border security and deportation so that we can be safe in our communities. We defunded Planned Parenthood. My provision was included in there where taxpayer-funded SNAP benefits are for American citizens only. We defunded the Green Bad Deal, which was ridiculous, funding unreliable and unaffordable energy, and we unleashed American energy. I mean, we have been there for the American people, the bread and butter issues that matter to the American people.
Yeah, we have, and you have, and we're watching to see this fight prevail once again in the midterms. I just scratch my head and go, will the Democrats run a socialist for president in 2028? I mean, we're on that trajectory, and we shall see. Yeah. Congresswoman, we're grateful for your time this afternoon. Thank you for working very hard, diligently to protect our children from the powers that exist, and especially the porn industry. It needs to be talked about more than it is, and I'm grateful that you are focused on it. Congresswoman, thank you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Have a great day. Happy 4th. That is Congresswoman Mary Miller, Illinois' 15th District Representative, at Rep. Mary Miller on X. We'll break here. When we come back, maybe read a text or two from you on the Annie Frey Show text line. Do you fly an American flag at your home? Yes or no? I saw someone's comment here on the YouTube chat that said, only reason I don't is because you don't have a flag holder. My husband and I had our flag holder recently broke, and we need to replace it. So we actually don't have one up. But man, thinking maybe that needs to be something I do this afternoon, or when my husband hears this, he's probably going to do it. We actually have the thing to replace it at our house. We just haven't gotten it up yet. I guess it's time. What about you? YouTube.com/@AnnieFrey to vote in the poll, and text us at 314-241-9797. Back in a minute.
If you suffer from burning, tingling, or numb feet, pay special attention as we discuss neuropathy with Dr. Patton, D.C. Doctor, what is neuropathy?
Peripheral neuropathy is nerve damage to the feet and legs.
What are the symptoms?
The symptoms are numbness, burning, tingling, pain, and loss of balance.
Is neuropathy treatable?
It's absolutely treatable, and we have amazing results.
If you have burning, tingling, numbness, coldness in your feet or hands, or balance issues, call us at Comprehensive Integrated Health today for a nerve damage screening. The screening will tell if you're at risk for serious complications and if you're a candidate for our cutting-edge treatment program. Don't wait until your symptoms are so severe nothing can be done. End-stage neuropathy leaves people confined to walkers, wheelchairs, and even amputations. The first 10 callers will receive a free nerve damage screening. Call 636-538-5188. That's 636-538-5188 for your free nerve damage screening. 636-538-5188.
If you're considering an annuity as part of your retirement plan, we need to talk. Hi, I'm Bob Stockdale, Senior Vice President Investments with the ClearPath Wealth Management Group at Stifel and host of On the Money Saturday mornings at 11 on 97.1 FM Talk. Annuities can be a useful tool for some retirement investors, but not all annuities are created equal. Every week, we meet clients who own complex annuities that don't suit their needs and, in some cases, actively undermine their retirement plan. Before you purchase an annuity, get a second opinion from the ClearPath Wealth Management Group at Stifel. Requesting a consultation is free of charge. To request a free consultation, contact us at clearpathinvesting.com. That's clearpathinvesting.com, or call us at 636-695-2650. That's clearpathinvesting.com or 636-695-2650. Stifel Nicholas & Company Incorporated, member NYSE and SIPC.
We ask you a different question to weigh in on every day regarding what's going on in the country or the world. Today, the question is, do you fly an American flag at your home? Yes or no? Pretty simple question, but leave a comment as to why you either do or don't. Here's one from the text line. It says, absolutely fly a flag in my front yard. I have a 25-foot in-ground pole that flies Old Glory and the United States Marine Corps flag, Semper Fi. You can text in at 314-241-9797. Anything like that. Looking for those kind of comments. We'll be peppering those throughout the show. Or you can log in and vote at the YouTube live stream as usual and leave a comment there. It is 12:32. This time check is sponsored by Jerry Kelly Heating, Air Conditioning, Electrical, and Plumbing.
It's time for a $98 AC tune-up.
America.com.
Happy birthday, America, in 2026. Get used to hearing the word semi-quincentennial. America 250 on 97.1 FM Talk. Sponsored by Paramount Men's Medical Center.
Of these, this isn't just misused, misplaced. This is money outright stolen from the American taxpayer that you all are rooting out.
$100 billion is the amount we estimate of healthcare fraud. Had a big announcement last week with Department of Justice with Todd Blanche and Kash Patel and the whole team. I was able to arrest over 400 people just in 2 weeks. But let me put this in perspective for affordability, because that's what this really comes down to. A lot of folks working their tail off now believe that Medicare might not be there for them when their retirement day comes. This beautiful safety net program is at risk. If we take the fraud out of Medicare, we double the life expectancy of the system. It'll be there for you, your kids, and your grandkids. So let's fix the problem. We don't have to tax people. Just cut the fraud out. And here's the real epiphany for me. A lot of this is being done by foreign nationals, foreign multinational corporations, and fraudsters, mafia. It's all over the place. We're rooting it out in every state where we find it.
Double the length of the accessibility of Medicare. If we cut the fraud out, we'll cut the F out.
Yeah, the fraud.
The fraud.
That's what you meant.
It is.
AF.
Fraud.
Annie Frey.
Yeah, exactly. I know. How convenient. Listening to Dr. Oz be so laser pointed on getting rid of fraud and rooting it out, he's really unfettered. There are people who are still kind of questioning his appropriateness of being in this position or whatever. Like, he's a physician. Practicing, well, at least I don't know that he's practicing right now, but he is a physician. We did discuss the other day how he does look like he's either a super villain or the head of S.H.I.E.L.D. Marvel.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of it, is that when you're the head of S.H.I.E.L.D., you don't know whether you're going to end up being a good guy or a bad guy.
If you hate what Dr. Oz is doing and you love fraud, would you? I mean, you look at him. It'd be easy to translate it into villain. He's got great hair, great thick silver slicked back hair, banger. What do you call those things? Sideburns.
Javier Milei style.
No, it's not that. That man's not a villain. He's the third party that comes into the story and gets the good guys to where they need to be, but he's got a little bit of a questionable past. He's just a complex character.
He uses his hair to reshape his face.
Okay. Back to Dr. Oz's face and hair, the important things of the day. His eyebrows, too, like, he just looks like he's like the fraud destroyer or something like that.
Whenever I hear him speak, I know that the reaction of a lot of people when you hear about this fraud is to get really mad. I am very excited to have this guy. We talked to him. I mean, we talked to him
he's been on the show about this. And I'll tell you what, that post on our maybe Instagram account, the Annie Frey Show on Instagram, still has people almost daily commenting on it. And they're saying that he's incredibly wrong at least half the time.
I mean, whatever. But if it ends up being only half of that, it's like, oh, it was only $50 billion worth of foreign national fraud in Medicare.
Before Donald Trump got reelected and implemented the cabinet, Vice President, we're going to speak with Senator Eric Schmitt in an hour, less than an hour, at 1:30, who has assembled 9 senators who are focusing on exposing fraud. It's everywhere. And I like that there are a lot of people who want to get into the fraud business here because they want a piece of the pie to be part of those who are exposing fraud. And it seems like there's enough pie to go around for everybody to expose those who have been taking advantage of our system. Folks, right now, go look at your pay stub. Go look at the taxes that you're paying your federal income taxes, you're paying state income taxes. If you are like we are and you're working in the city, you're paying city income taxes. And all of this money is leaving your paycheck to go on to something that somebody deemed worthy of community expense. Now look at what you're paying into Social Security. Now look at what you're paying into Medicaid or Medicare or whatever the line item is. Look at all of that. Look at all of the dollars. Look at the percentage of money that gets taken out of your paycheck. And then you have to ask yourself, for what? Well, a lot of things. We're in Iran right now and we're bombing the crap out of, I don't know if we are in this moment. But
well, it depends on when you're listening to
President Trump said in the last 24 hours he's ready to go back to all-out war on Iran. So it's in the cards. It has been. We were sending stuff from space to hit things smaller than the size of a refrigerator door. That's funded by your tax dollars. So do you want to have the biggest, baddest military on the face of the planet? I do. I get that. I understand that. I'm really, really excited. I'm excited about all of my taxpayer dollars going to work on every road I drive on having construction on it right now. My Lord in heaven, what these roads better sparkle when they are done with them. I can't handle it. Pretty soon, I'm going to come home and they're going to be doing construction on my driveway. And I am going to have to snap at that point.
You want another bit of really good news?
Is it about construction?
No.
Dang it.
No, it is about fraud. When Dr. Oz is talking about fraud.
Ryan is a big supporter of construction. He really likes it, and he doesn't like it when I rail against it.
No, I actually
Ryan is in big construction.
Okay, so this is separate, but I like the construction that's going on now because J.B. Pritzker is allocating 85% of all IDOT funds to Chicago now.
Way up north.
So they started all these projects at the same time because somebody somewhere is looking out for downstate Illinois and going, let's get these things on the books right now because as of, I think, today, because it's July 1st, it all goes up to Chicago now from now on. So they started these projects before that, I think, to get them in under the gun. Anyway, the good news is
there's a little bit of assumption in what you just said there.
There's a little bit of assumption, but
but the sentiment is noted.
There's no way you would look at let's do construction, major construction on every major
road.
Interstate in Illinois coming out of St. Louis simultaneously. That's not wise. That's the only thing I can come up with why they did it.
Yesterday on one of those scanner pages on Facebook, there was a report. And now when you're listening to me right now, listen to the whole story. They said there was a sinkhole on 55 southbound near Collinsville. And I'm like, are you kidding me? And then there was a commenter who said, no, I heard there was a report of a sink on 55 southbound. And I don't know how that story ended.
As far as I know.
So I think that somebody dropped a sink on 55 southbound. I'm like, whatever. I just won't drive anymore. I'll just walk. I'll be there, but I'll be there on Tuesday.
I'm no geologist, but I think
I'm really glad you're clarifying your next statement.
The reason that Illinois doesn't get sinkholes is because the soil is very different than the rock that's underneath Missouri. And
and Ketanji Brown Jackson trying to clarify what kind of scientists you are and are not. Are you a biologist?
I can tell you what a woman is, so I am qualified for the highest court in the land.
I want to know no more details. Fraud.
I still have this one really good fact that I want to share with you. When Dr. Oz talks about $100 billion lost to fraud in just the medical industry, in just government medical, he's talking about it annually. That's not one time. He's talking about $100 billion per year.
1,000 billion is a trillion, correct?
Brad's nodding.
Yes.
I'm not a mathematician. Yes.
I'm not a geologist or a mathematician.
1,000 million is a billion.
Okay.
1,000 billion is a trillion.
Okay.
I'm just saying that means in 10 years you're at a trillion. But cumulatively speaking.
That's just incredible. And why is that good news? Well, because if they start cutting it, that's more than just they're saving $100 billion.
When you started making this point, you didn't say that you weren't a geometrist. So I thought you'd be able to answer that question.
Well, I think that you probably have presumed by now that I am a geometrist. That's why I didn't say I'm not.
I think you were somebody who would identify as a geometrist or an algebraist.
I identify as a lot of things. That's why I hate the Supreme Court and their ruling the other day.
Identity is Everything. What is this together here, you and me, folks, the first time I'm reading what the Wiggins America subject is. Wiggins America, destroying every myth you ever believed about self-checkout lanes.
Goodness.
What's the matter with you? Every myth?
There's a lot of myths floating around out there about self-checkout
It's the number
lanes.
one thing people care about. And they come to the Annie Frey Show. They're like, what birthright citizenship? Let's talk self-checkout lanes.
Look, I'm going to destroy all the myths in one quick, easy segment for you.
You should
It's
wear
a public
cape
service.
while you do this if you're going to destroy things.
I mean, come on, I'm no hero. But I am here to help.
Today I'm going to make a list of the things that you tell me you aren't.
What am I, a geometrist?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
But you weren't a...
I ain't getting paid like one. You know what I'm saying?
Do you know what is a geometrist?
Oh, they make it the six figures. I know that.
They can make whatever they want. They're mathematicians. Let's take a break here. When we come back, self-checkout lanes.
Read the whole title.
With Ryan Wiggins.
Read the whole title.
Deroy Murdock at 1:18 and Senator Eric Schmitt at 1:30 to clean up this mess. You read it out loud. Sell it to the people. Make them say, I cannot turn off my radio from 97.1 FM Talk. Because coming up next...
Destroying every myth you ever believed about self-checkout lanes.
What's Camel X talking about right now? We'll be right back. I saw yesterday that my son had Google searched wolf spider and brown recluse, and I panicked. I had a panic attack almost, and it turns out he saw one somewhere else. And I was like, thank God it's not at the Fry House. But why would it be? Because we have Point Pest Control. We have a premier service plan with Point Pest Control, Point with an E, pointpestcontrol.com, where they come out quarterly. They treat our house on the inside and on the outside. That treatment that they put on the inside of my home, it's safe for our 2 dogs. It's safe for our kids. It's safe for us. Nothing you have to worry about, but the pests, they've got a lot to worry about. Do pests worry? Do spiders worry? They should. In my home, I worry when they're in my home.
Their brains aren't large enough. They're tiny little brains.
So they don't have room for worry?
No, they don't have any anxiety. Unless you're going to kill them, then they run. That's probably a little form of anxiety.
I think that's just fight or flight. I don't know. Call the Point Pest Control experts and ask them, do spiders have anxiety? And then I would just say,
do this.
I have anxiety when I see spiders. Do they feel the same way when they see me? Please do that. But then sign up as a Premier Service Plan member like we are and mention my name to save an extra 10%. And if you do call them and sign up for that, I would really like to know if would I care about spiders more if I knew they had anxiety?
I don't think so.
No.
You're not that kind of person.
What? I don't think that was a nice thing for you to say.
Take it as you will.
636-798-0023. 636-798-0023. If those types of pests give you anxiety, get rid of them with Point Pest Control. Point with an E, pointpestcontrol.com.
This is your reminder on 4th of July night to tune in to 97.1 FM Talk. It's 3 hours of commercial-free American and patriotic music set to your evening. This is Ryan Wiggins. I'll be your host. Sponsored by Paramount Men's Medical Center.
Every child deserves the chance to learn, grow, and dream. But for many students, barriers like hunger, lack of resources, and limited opportunities can stand in the way. The Little Bit Foundation helps to break down barriers to learning for under-resourced students through programs and partnerships that support the whole child. From basic needs and health services to educational enrichment and career exploration, it helps students thrive in school and beyond. Visit thelittlebitfoundation.org to find out how you can support their mission. This message brought to you by Together Credit Union.
It's time for you to get to know my friends at Lit Cigar Lounge in Chesterfield, where luxury meets comfort. Mark Cox here. They have a great selection of rare bourbons, whiskeys, craft cocktails, anything you like to drink, cold beer, premium hand-rolled cigars from the finest makers in the world, even private lockers that are available if you choose to. Perfect for date nights or business meetings, and live music every Friday night. Family owned and operated. Check them out in Chesterfield at the District. It's litstl.com.
Every summer, homeowners make plans. A new grill, a backyard project, a family vacation. But what about the upgrades you'll enjoy every single day? If your windows are drafty, difficult to open, or your entry and patio door has seen better days, now is the perfect time to make a change. Renewal by Andersen makes replacing windows and doors simple with beautifully crafted products, professional installation, and a customer experience that's second to none. And right now, you'll save big. Get $1,000 off your patio or entry door purchase and take $400 off each replacement window. Plus, when you schedule your appointment before July 12th, you will receive an additional $250 off your entire purchase. All you have to do is call 877-WINDOWS or visit renewalbyandersen.com. Again, that's 877-WINDOWS or visit renewalbyandersen.com. Renewal by Andersen, superior products, exceptional service.
The Annie Frey Show is St. Louis conservative.
Wiggins! Oh! Wiggins! Picture yourself walking down the aisle of a Walmart to that song.
The way we didn't get to the Chariots of Fire part there that really sells it is like when you're watching a YouTube video and it's getting right to the good part and they've put an ad in there and it's J.B. Pritzker going, I balanced the budget for 20 years. And I'm like, oh, I can't even watch this content anymore.
Yeah, I gotta sign out.
Ugh.
Wonder if that happens to our YouTube. If people watch our YouTube and then J.B. Pritzker pops up.
Well, I guarantee you it does.
Stratton.
Because it's not, I mean, yes, the people who are watching the Annie Frey YouTube channel are probably connected in some way, shape, or form. YouTube's like, these people like politics or whatever. But Pritzker's targeting people who are in a specific area that could vote for him. And he is spending money on that. Nothing to him, but I haven't seen a single Darren Bailey ad anywhere.
I have. I'm getting peppered with it.
Where?
Not on YouTube, on Facebook. I'm seeing tons of his content that he's paying for. I think that somehow 20 years ago...
You get Democrats who show up at your door, don't you?
I do. I get identified as an independent voter. I probably said that somewhere, and it's lasted forever. And so I'm always like, oh, they can convince me. And I'm like, yeah, come convince me.
You going to come after the people and tell them that you're actually a Democrat?
No, I'm not going to do that because it's not true.
Okay.
I'm an independent.
Can we please talk about the self-checkout myths?
I got a lot more to say about being an independent first. I forgot what it was, though, so let's talk about self-checkout myths. You guys are doing this all wrong. Some of you hate self-checkouts, and you need to come around.
Do you do you prefer a self-checkout or a cashier?
I just go to whichever one's shorter, so I don't care.
Brad?
I actually have no preference on this whatsoever.
Self-checkout 100 times out of 100.
Because then you don't have to talk to anybody.
No, that's not the type of person I am.
You're nodding.
No, I'm not. Currently.
This is not just radio. You have a StreamYard.
J.B. Pritzker's talking right now.
All right, let's get to the myths, you guys. The first one is that people... Sorry, I said myths. These are truths.
Oh, my God. The first myth is this segment.
I'm giving you...
you lied to the people.
I'm giving you the reverse. It's faster than going to a real cashier.
It is.
It is faster.
Yeah.
What's the real self-draw? It is that it is faster because there are usually so many more of them. So you need to be using self-checkout for that reason. The next one is that most customers actually secretly love self-checkout, like you, but you won't admit it.
Huge fan. My favorite. It's my favorite thing to do is just go buy one thing at a self-checkout.
No, it's not. Mm-hmm. That's not true. Mm-hmm. I think that you're fabricating that a little bit for this segment. I appreciate that, but I don't think that that's true. Are these all reasons why you love self-checkout, though? I'm only
you haven't told us any of them
I'm only
yet.
2 in.
No, you said they were faster. Oh, you said the other one is that people really like them. Next one.
You need an ID for age-restricted items, and it's a lot of times quicker because there's somebody there who's sort of stationed there for that.
That's almost something that I would say is actually a myth and not a truth. If I'm buying alcohol, I will often go to a cashier if it's available because I think it's faster. At a Walmart, the self-checkouts are always 2 people deep. So
it also matters which store you're at, because the Walmart in Collinsville used to have just dozens and dozens of self-checkout, and you never had to wait in a line there. Now, I don't really know why, but I'm going to assume because of theft, they have limited the amount of self-checkouts that are there, and you do have to wait in a line for them, which drives me crazy because that's the point of having them, is that they speed things up. The next one is, it's the most efficient way to shop and check out. Customer scanning an item on your phone or at the grocery store is much faster than having somebody else do it.
Man, I love Sam's ability when you go to Sam's Club. Are you a member?
I was,
Have
not
been.
now.
You can scan things as you're shopping and putting them in your cart, pay it, and just walk out and show the.
That's a new world to me.
It's amazing.
You do that?
Heck yeah.
Oh man.
It's self-checkout elevated.
No kidding. Where am I?
Because I'm doing it as I'm shopping, scanning each thing and putting in there, being able to see my total going, at the end, if I ended up browsing a lot more than I was really supposed to, I might be like, okay, I don't need that. As opposed to if you get it in the checkout, you're probably just buying it.
So can you return stuff if you've already scanned it?
You just delete it.
You just delete it out of there and just put it back?
It looks like you're buying something online. You're just scanning the barcodes of everything that you put in, and then it's like an online order. So if you were like, okay, if you're on Amazon, you're like, okay, I'm going to remove this from my cart. You just remove it.
Oh my gosh, this whole stupid article's outdated.
What a myth.
Let's get back to it.
Oh, wait, there's more.
You can use coupons just as easily at self-checkout. Yeah, you got to scan them. Now, it does ask you to put them in its little mouth once you're done. But you don't have to if you don't want to.
Yeah,
you can reuse that thing.
No, you can't.
You can slip a little piece of paper in there and trick it. I'm not saying you should.
You're a thief.
I just like coupons. And I like that.
That doesn't make it okay.
I like that sometimes the cashier is like, here, you can keep this coupon. You ever had that happen?
No.
Of course you have.
No.
You said no, but your eyes said yes.
I can't remember the last time I handed a cashier a coupon.
You don't even use coupons?
I did at one time, like somebody who could have been on TV.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah.
I don't really do much anymore. But apparently you can, some people say you can trick the machine and
you're deceitful.
Keep your coupon. Shoppers rarely make major errors while using self-checkout stations, as opposed to popular opinion. Have you ever forgotten to pay for an item using self-checkout?
No, I'm a major rule follower, and you are watching you the whole time because they have you on camera right in front of it. I am meticulous about, here is my one item that I'm going to scan right now. Beep. See, I scanned it, and now I'm putting it over. I don't want, oh my gosh, I would be so embarrassed.
Oh, you're showing the camera?
No, that's a little bit of an exaggeration, but I might.
I get what you're saying.
I would be so mortified, embarrassed if I oopsied, like for real.
Yeah. I almost did it the other day. I almost scanned or didn't scan 1 gallon of milk because it doesn't go in a bag. So you know
what
don't think about it?
I really like about it is I let my kids do it often. And it's
speedier.
I think it's a good practice for them. I usually make them go through the whole process of purchasing so that they understand how that works. They've got a card and they go through the whole thing and have to process the whole thing.
The last one is that there basically are all unspoken rules about self-checkout. It's the Wild West right now. It's still so early in the self-checkout universe.
Go to Sam's, scan your own stuff, click pay in the app, walk out and show them the barcode that has your receipt, and they'll look at your barcode, they'll look at your cart, and they'll tell you, have a nice day.
Yep. I'm going to do that now.
And then sprint in slow motion out to your car like the champion that you are. Not you, Ryan. Oh, man. Deroy Murdock and Senator Schmitt next.
We're the pain guys of Canner and Pintaluga. You already know after an accident to call 911 and then 411. 1-800-411-PAIN.
But you may not know behind the number is an experienced law firm with nearly 100 attorneys working hard for our clients.
Call the pain guys at 1-800-411-PAIN.
Law Offices of Cantor and Pentaluga, Kyle Conhauser, Esquire. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements. Offices throughout the U.S. Not all lawyers licensed in all jurisdictions.
License number GL250000615.
Hey, Dad, what causes drains to clog?
Grease, hair, soap scum, and tree roots.
Tree roots?
This town has old pipes and big trees. They find each other.
They grow inside pipes?
They bust into pipes.
Whoa.
Once they're in, the water stops flowing.
Can we fix it?
The big green grasser machine can fix any clog.
Green is always grasser at grasserhomeservices.com.
Hey, it's Mark Reardon. If you're nearing retirement or already retired, call my friends Thomas Helbig and Bob Kershaw with the Retirement Advisory Group. They'll show you how linking to the market is much safer than owning the market for your retirement savings. They're the official financial advisors of my show. Go to retirementkey.com. Selling your home? Every situation is unique. Find the best options that are right for you from the real estate team who offer more options. My friends Mark and Neil Gelman of eXp Realty. Check out the only agents I trust. Go to thegelmanteam.com. That's thegelmanteam.com.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, you're not alone. Most importantly, you don't have to live with it. Paramount Men's Medical Center restores men's sex lives in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, even when Viagra and Cialis don't work. Here's Dr. Simovitz, specialist in men's health.
Paramount Men's Medical Center's painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. 98% of patients see instant results right in the office.
Men are now lasting longer than they ever imagined. And the best part, at Paramount Men's Medical Center, your consultation and first treatment are free. Qualified patients even get their testosterone checked free. Call 314-887-4333. 314-887-4333. Take control of your sex life. Call now. 314-887-4333.
Bringing a data center online takes more than equipment. It takes precision. Graybar helps customers predict, stage, schedule, deliver, and verify every step of the build with critical products that are available now. From networking and wireless to critical power and testing tools, our teams help you reduce downtime risk and keep projects on track. Speed, scale, ready now. Yep. Graybar does that.
KFTK FM Florissant from the Kaufman Townsley St. Louis's Injury Lawyers Studio. Call 314-777-7777.
That's 314-777-7777.
Is an understatement. Lisa Brady, Fox News. More than 150 million Americans are under heat alerts as extreme temperatures spread from the Midwest to the East. 20 states could top 100 degrees this week.
New York City Mayor Zohran Mamdani says if the forecast holds, it could be the city's hottest 4th of July since 2010.
The city has opened hundreds of cooling centers across the 5 boroughs. We have also launched a fleet of more than a dozen cool vans, where New Yorkers can access medical care and resources.
Forecasters are expecting Friday heat indices of 105 in Raleigh, North Carolina, 109 in Memphis, Tennessee, and 110 in Washington, D.C.
Fox's Tanya J. Powers. Extreme heat is the #1 weather-related killer in the U.S. The heat dome descending just as America 250 celebrations are peaking for the holiday weekend with heightened security in place for many events. Just getting word that 2 people who unfurled a banner today atop the Empire State Building at the antenna have been arrested. No word yet how they gained access to climb well above the landmark's public areas. President Trump is in North Dakota. That warm welcome moments ago as he visits the new Theodore Roosevelt Presidential Library, which opens on Saturday.
The library is unique in more that it's an experience, not a traditional library. It incorporates artificial intelligence to take you in and feel like you're really there talking to Roosevelt. Now, he was in his mid-20s when he arrived to Medora in 1883 for a hunting trip. He was hooked. Less than 6 months later, on Valentine's Day in 1884, his wife Alice and mother Martha died within hours of each other. He was overcome by grief and returned to Medora later that year. This place gave him strength.
Fox's David Spunt. Former CIA Director John Brennan now suing the Trump administration over investigations he claims are politically motivated. Brennan wants a court order to require that records from the probes be preserved. America is listening to Fox News.
I move mountains for a living. Literally.
That means I don't carry hand lotion, and when it comes to serious heartburn, I don't mess around with anything but Rolaids Max Strength. Its dual-active formula has 1,500 milligrams of calcium carbonate and magnesium hydroxide that relieves heartburn fast. And the best part? The roll fits right here in my pocket, so I can get back to moving mountains.
Rolaids spells powerful relief. 1,500 milligrams is our highest amount of antacid per tablet. Read each label. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/term. That's ethos.com/term. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Air Comfort Service, heating, cooling, and insulation, weather.
The typical beast of summer is with us again this afternoon. Sunny, hot, humid, a little hazy out there. 98 for the high. Tonight, clear, warm, humid, 78. Thursday, sunny, hot, and humid, 98 degrees. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, sunny, hot, and humid. Each afternoon or early evening could pop a thunderstorm. Isolated variety, 95 Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. This is 97.1 FM Talk. Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
The Annie Frey Show is sponsored by Air Comfort Service Heating, Cooling, and Insulation. If your air conditioner needs service anytime, day or night, Air Comfort Service has almost 60 years of experience and is family-owned and operated right here in St. Louis. Visit aircomfortservice.com. Welcome back to our show here on 97.1 FM Talk. We're happy to be with you this afternoon, July 4th. It's upon us. It's very close. I know a lot of y'all have started your holiday weekends, your vacation weekends. Thank you for keeping us as part of it. We're grateful for that. There is a story that broke today, and it's in New York City, the Empire State Building. A couple climbed the Empire State Building and went to the tippy top of the spire and hung a banner from the top of it that said, "When the power of love beats the love of power, the world knows peace." Has anybody checked to see if we're at peace with Iran now? I mean, that was a bold statement by these two people.
Let me see. And also, I think Iran probably just needs to love more.
Maybe they should take that banner there.
Yeah. Take it to Tehran.
This seems like
and propose there.
Seems like a great idea. So the news update on this right now is that the two masked people who climbed have been taken into custody. And now we wait and see what New York says about this type of behavior. There was a 40 police officer plus presence. There's the picture of encircling the bottom of the Empire State Building. And the idea here that has been reported, at least, says that they got engaged there on the top of the Empire State Building. What do you think is going to happen out of this story?
I think that we're going to see a power couple come along, the likes of which Brangelina would be comparative.
That was highly successful.
Yeah. Well, they got a lot of attention, and they didn't last long. I would say that we're going to see one of those where we're going to see these people on jail first, then podcasts, then divorce.
They were wearing ski masks. Why do you think they wore masks?
I think they thought maybe they were going to get away when they came down because they're stupid.
Because nobody will see them. You go that way, I'll go this way. We'll meet around the corner.
Mm-hmm.
Very ridiculous. Here's a question that I have for you, and it's regarding Caitlin Clark of the WNBA. And I know people get kind of sick and tired of the WNBA creeping its way into discussions where sports aren't talked about, but I think what's going on in the WNBA is bigger than the sport. It's kind of low bar to set. So you've seen the video of Caitlin Clark getting rocked and then shoved down into the ground with a fist from Alyssa Thomas from the Phoenix Mercury. You've
Yes.
seen that, right? It's everywhere.
Yep.
The biggest thing that's come out of this is the Sophie Cunningham point in conjunction with the situation. Sophie Cunningham continues to draw attention to herself in a, I'm not going to play by, she's basically going to stand up for herself and specifically for Caitlin Clark. She is kind of the enforcer on that team. It's pretty entertaining to watch, which is something to say about the WNBA. The entertainment level of the WNBA is higher than it's ever been. And I don't think that you can look at that and say that it doesn't center around Caitlin Clark. The interesting part about this is that the WNBA is interesting to a lot of people, at least to give your eyes and maybe 15 minutes of your time to see what's going on over there. Not because everybody is rooting for one team or the other, but there's so much drama. I mean, to me, it's Desperate Housewives. Why do people watch that show? I don't watch Desperate Housewives, but a lot of people do. Desperate Housewives exists all over the country in a whole bunch of different ways. Andy Cohen, a St. Louisan, is the one who owns and operates that franchise. He's been asked many times, like, when are you going to get a Desperate Housewives? Is that what it's called? I'm having a blank here.
Yes.
When is it going to come to St. Louis? And he basically said, "Don't poop where you eat." That's what he said. That he wouldn't want to bring it home because he'd never be able to escape it when he comes to St. Louis, or if he's around St. Louis things, that he does not want those two worlds in his life to conflict. So he's like a big fat no. People watch this type of catfight entertainment, or at least they pay attention to it, and this is what the WNBA is. I don't know that the WNBA, I've thought about this. Should they really clean everything up so that it's just basketball, all basketball? I don't think that they get the attention that they get if this stuff isn't happening, right?
That's why I said before that I would not be surprised if the WNBA was sort of encouraging this kind of play against Caitlin Clark.
I said when Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, who is the LSU star, they graduated the same year. Angel Reese was kind of set up to be the villain. I would say it's on her that she was the villain. And Caitlin Clark was the darling that I wouldn't be surprised at all if the WNBA said to Angel Reese, like, lean heavily into this. You're a part of a story here that people want to know what happens next.
Heck yeah, she landed a McDonald's deal out of it. And a bunch of other stuff.
Lots more than just that. You know, I ask myself briefly, what part of this is Caitlin Clark in on? Behind the scenes, what kind of business decisions are being made? I don't think that that's happening. She's getting wrecked on the floor, and the league is not protecting her. And this is where the story comes into my focus here on the show. The Indiana Fever's president, I believe it is. Let me make sure I get this right here. The Indiana Fever's president has made a statement because Alyssa Thomas, if you've seen the picture, and I know a lot of you don't know these names, whatever, Phoenix Mercury, Alyssa Thomas is the one who's got her fist shoved into Caitlin Clark's neck. Caitlin Clark had been knocked on the ground, the ball had been pushed away, and Alyssa Thomas shoved her fist into Caitlin Clark's neck. The ball wasn't in play. It was just a really, really dirty play. I will say, as a former girls basketball player myself and a coach of one, a daughter who plays basketball, it's a really, really physical and often dirty game. Side note, because I can't pass up the opportunity to do that. That's because I cannot tell you how many times I've talked to officials before the games, and they say all they do is talk about how it's just girls basketball, or if I call that, I'll have to call everything. And it's like, you call it in the first quarter, and then they're not bleeding in the fourth quarter. Just treat them like they're athletes. Don't walk onto this floor and treat them like they're girls and like that's some sort of different kind of breed of basketball. Officiate the game. That's why you're here. Anyway, like I said, side note. The Fever head coach, has come out and lectured America. This is according to a Fox News article by Zach Dean from Outkick, and has kind of piggybacked onto Alyssa Thomas, her complaint after all of this happened. She's saying she's out there, the Phoenix Mercury player who shoved her fist into Caitlin Clark's neck, is saying that she's getting death threats over the incident with Caitlin Clark. So the Fever coach comes out to, her name's Stephanie White, to react to Alyssa Thomas's claim that she's getting death threats. And I'm not here to say that she is or is not getting death threats, and nobody should be receiving death threats. I wish we were playing that card evenly across the board. But Coach White came out there. This is Caitlin Clark's coach, came out there and provided a 3-minute response or statement on how racist and homophobic people are being towards Alyssa Thomas and admonishing people for it.
Wow.
She hasn't made a statement that unequivocally backs up Caitlin Clark and calls people out for targeting her. Caitlin Clark is Fever's star. She's the WNBA star. And the reason why this is escalating out of control is because for some reason, the WNBA is not willing to acknowledge it. They just put out a poster of 30 years of the WNBA and put a whole bunch of players on it, and they didn't put her on it. How do you do that? That is such an intentional slight to Caitlin Clark. Part of the statement that the coach made was, before we start with questions, I just want to address what's going on with AT, that's Alyssa Thomas. It's absolutely unacceptable as a league, as a whole. There's been so much more toxicity, racism, homophobia, straight out nonsense, hate nonsense. It's absolutely unacceptable. Most of this coming from the online community. This is where this irks me. She says, most of this, in my heart of hearts, I believe, not coming from WNBA fans, Indiana Fever fans. I believe it's coming from people using our league, using our players to further divisive agendas. It's not acceptable. I think that the WNBA players' complete and total lack of willingness to welcome Caitlin Clark into the league is the divisive action that people in this country have a First Amendment right to react to. And while we're sitting here and watching the Fever coach and the WNBA players that are, getting behind Alyssa Thomas, or the fans that are getting behind Alyssa Thomas, you think Caitlin Clark's not getting death threats? She certainly is. Those are threats, and those threats are bad. Unequivocally, full stop, threats are bad. But we're watching Caitlin Clark get her butt kicked on the floor, get her eye poked out, get shoved in the neck, get shoved to the ground, get clean cold clocked on the floor, and nothing is happening to stop it. So yes, I think they're both getting death threats. I think all the death threats should stop, but you've got to do something to protect somebody who is being targeted for a particular reason that I wish they'd just come out and say it. If Caitlin Clark is a witch of a person and she's impossible to get along with, if she's out there saying hateful, homophobic, racist things, expose it. But other than that, she's a basketball player who plays with fire, who's really, really good. We all understand the demographics of Caitlin Clark. If that's it, say it. But you can't come out and defend people who shove their fist into the neck of your star player, of the league's star player, and come out and say, we really need these threats to stop, without at the same time saying, my star is physically being assaulted on the basketball floor, and that absolutely needs to stop. I don't want Alyssa Thomas to get any of this heat. I don't want Alyssa Thomas to take in any of these threats. I don't want that. I don't want her to have to endure that. But the league and the officiating has to get a handle on protecting these girls. Otherwise, this is going to continue. Caitlin Clark doesn't deserve this. The violence on the floor needs to get in order. And until that happens, unfortunately, people are going to be on the other end of an online community that's hateful to everybody. Something has to give here. And I hate to say this because I really liked that Caitlin Clark went to Indiana, right in the middle of the country, and probably brought more attention to a team, maybe except for the Colts. Do they have a hockey team? Does Indiana have a hockey team? Do they have anybody other than the Colts? Not really.
I don't think so.
Pacers.
Oh yeah, the Pacers. Reggie Miller, right?
Yes.
I speak 1990s NBA, and then it stops.
That's
There's
correct.
a hard stop there. I still know that Grant Hill drinks Sprite. IYKYK. If you want Caitlin Clark out of Indiana, it's going to happen. Does she go to a different team? I don't know. Does she go to a different league? Maybe. I don't know. But if the Indiana Fever, of all people, aren't going to stand up and protect her, I'm not talking about as a basketball player. I'm talking about as a human being who should not be violated in this way over and over and over again with an employer who's like, but how does the other guy feel? No job situation should ever allow this happen to an employee. And Caitlin Clark has the ability to say enough. And if that happens to the Fever, like, does the WNBA really want to get rid of Caitlin Clark? They need her for the story. Maybe Caitlin Clark's the villain in all of this. Maybe it's Angel Reese, or maybe it's Alyssa Thomas, or whoever it might be. Maybe. But everybody needs a good guy and a villain. And if Caitlin Clark is gone, people will stop caring who the villain is. It's not like people will be like, well, now where am I going to watch girls basketball? That's not a question that anybody is asking. People have been asking it, and it's because of Caitlin Clark and everything she brings to it. Start showing her human respect. When we come back, Deroy Murdock's going to react to the Supreme Court ruling on the mail-in ballots, and we'll see what Deroy has to say as we go into a 4th of July weekend here shortly. We're glad that you're here with us. We're asking you on the YouTube live chat, do you fly an American flag at your home? Yes or no? Back in a minute. Welcome back to, I'm not going back to the segment, sorry, Stewie. Stewie, I'm getting all confused here. And that's because you've changed your deal that you've got going on right now. I've been telling you all about that 1% lower interest rate that was going on. That ended at the end of June. I don't know if it'll be back. It might be. But if it's not, I want to encourage you to contact Stewie right now about the bagel loan, because whenever he has the opportunity to make it work for you, he's going to. A 97.1 listener recently was qualified with Stewie at Stewart's American Mortgage after being turned down by 2 other lenders. So if you think that you're not in a position to be able to get that loan, give Stewie the chance to earn it and to make it happen for you. The bagel loan is a mortgage that you don't have to pay any closing costs on, which is incredible. He just takes care of them for you. Those closing costs that you incur at the end of closing that new home loan, well, you don't have to pay those. Stewie will cover that for you, even for a refinance or cash out refinance. When you are interested in getting a new mortgage or mortgage refinance, 314-324-4440, 314-324-4440. That's the number to call and contact and text if you so choose Stewie to talk to him about that new mortgage for you. You can Google the bagel loan to find out more information about how it could work for you. Get connected with him. He's going to make it work for you in any way he can. 314-324-4440. NMLS number 226715.
You've been listening to the very popular Wellness One for many years, Saturdays and Sundays on 97.1 FM Talk. We're happy to share that we've expanded the show to 4 times a week. Yes, 4 times every weekend. Saturday at 10 a.m., Saturday at 8 p.m., Sunday at 9 a.m., and Sunday at 2 p.m. It's the same great show designed to cut through the nonsense and provide you a common sense, science-based strategy for a healthy life. So join TJ and Aaron for Wellness One. Now 4 times a week on 97.1 FM Talk.
When's the last time you gave your home's exterior a little love? Hi, it's Kim, and if your siding is cracking, it's fading, or just doesn't stand up to our St. Louis weather, it's time to call Lakeside Renovation and Design, because they're experts in James Hardy siding, which is this durable, low-maintenance option, and it looks beautiful. Plus, you have customizable colors and textures, and so you can give your home a completely new look while protecting it for decades. Don't wait until the small problems turn into big ones. Visit lakesidearty.com to schedule your free consultation.
Don't let tax refund worries hold you back. File now with TurboTax on Intuit Credit Karma. They'll find every credit and deduction to help you get every refund dollar you deserve, or your money back. Start filing today in the Credit Karma app.
This is the Annie Frey Show on 97.1 FM Talk, St. Louis Conservative.
Two questions.
Well, in the narrowly concluded 5-4 decision, the Supreme Court did the right thing with respect to preserving each state's ability, consistent with the United States Constitution, to manage the electoral process relative to voting by mail. Voting by mail has never been a partisan issue until Donald Trump decided to peddle conspiracy theories related to his own failures to win back in 2020.
You know, just to the minority leader's point there, when he's talking about Donald Trump's inability to address his own failures, do you remember when Hillary Clinton lost in 2016 and wrote a book called What Happened and explained all of the reasons why she didn't really lose? I remember that. Hakeem, go back a few years and play fair and balanced. Would you? Probably not. Deroy Murdock joins us right now, nationally syndicated columnist, Project 21 ambassador, and Fox News contributor. Deroy, welcome back. Happy 4th of July. It's exciting to have you back here with us.
Annie, happy 7-4-250, as I've been calling it, to you and yours and all of our listeners as well.
Absolutely. Well, you've got a piece right now in the Daily Signal, and you're talking about the Save America Act, and you're working to get to the point where the mail-in ballots, maybe not so much as how Hakeem Jeffries ends up seeing it. Talk to me about your reaction to the Supreme Court's ruling that mail-in ballots, as long as they're postmarked by Election Day, they can keep counting them.
Yeah, I was very surprised and very disappointed and frankly shocked by this decision, and to have it written by the member of the conservative majority and not by John Roberts but by Amy Coney Barrett was really quite astonishing to me. And I don't know where she gets off on saying, well, you know, these states, there's no law that says they can't do this, so they can go ahead and do it. Very clearly, the federal I think it's called the Federal Election Act, if I'm not mistaken, says that the federal elections will be, quote, the Tuesday next after the first Monday in October. That's very clear. So I don't know why that's a mystery. That's when Election Day is supposed to happen and conclude, not 5 days later or 10 days later or, you know, the day before the new House members are sworn in or whatever it might be. And the way that this decision is written, unless I'm mistaken, other states could get in and say, look, you know, you can send ballots in for another month. We'll just count, you know, all the way into Thanksgiving or maybe Black Friday or perhaps Christmas Eve or something like this. As it is now, there are 14 states that allow ballots to come in after Election Day, as long as they're postmarked by Election Day. The state of Washington, you can hand them in 21 days after election. That's 3 full days after Election Day. Ballots can drift in. And then in New Jersey, you've got a situation here. This is according to the American Council on State Legislatures. They have an excellent document that lays out these deadlines for very state-by-state basis. According to New Jersey, I'm quoting from that organization, mail-delivered ballots without postmarks that arrive within 40 hours of the close of the polls will be considered valid. So it doesn't even have to have a postmark on it. So if you can figure out some way to get it delivered without a postmark, for the first 2 days after the election, they'll be considered valid. And the state of Nevada says, I'm quoting here, ballots with unclear postmarks received by the third day following the election are deemed to have been postmarked on or before Election Day. So you could take your thumb, dip it in some purple ink, smudge an envelope, and I guess that looks like somebody tried to do a postmark, and that'll be counted as having been postmarked. There's another argument related to this that Paul Clement, one of the attorneys who was on the losing side of this case, made before the Supreme Court, which is that as long as everything's postmarked by midnight, it'll be counted. Now, you have elections where, let's say, the polls close at 7 o'clock, 8:30, somebody is projected to have won, and people could say, all right, well, we've got between now and midnight to go to the main post office downtown, get it postmarked on that day, even though it's well after the polls closed. And, our favorite candidate's only behind by, 2,000 votes. Let's see if we can get 2,000 and 2,200 ballots, fill them out, and drop them off at 11:45. They'll have that day's postmark, and they'll be counted as legitimate, even though they were filled out after the polls closed. So this is a recipe for disaster. I'm shocked and very disappointed that Amy Coney Barrett and the rest approve this nonsense. And this is one more reason, all the more reason for the Save America Act to get passed and signed into law. If we're going to have an open-ended receipt of ballots and counting ballots for days and days after, we need to stop or reduce the supply at the other end of the equation and limit mail-in ballots to people who are absentee because they're out of town, they're in the military, they're off to college, they're on business, or they're on vacation or something like that, or they're sick or disabled and unable to get to the polls. In that case, fine. Those people should cast mail-in ballots. It's not like you see in other states where they just mail ballots to everybody on the voter rolls, whether they're dead or alive, living in state or out of state or who knows what. And then we have the magic ballots being collected by ballot harvesters and falling into drop boxes and popping up out of nowhere. And we've seen it over and over again. We saw it most recently with Spencer Pratt. We've seen it with others. The Republican or conservative is ahead on election night, and then over the next 2, 3, 4, 5 days, that margin of victory gets smaller and smaller and disappears, and eventually, boom, magically, the Democrat wins, and that's declared as the official vote. So this needs to be fixed, and John Thune needs to snap out of it, wake up, get out of his tanning salon, and come back and lead the Senate to pass the Save America Act, or the Republican Party will be very, very, very desperately disadvantaged come this November and later.
Yeah, Deroy Murdock, before we let you go, do you think it's likely that the president has the ability to make that kind of an influence in a Senate where several of the Republicans are very upset about the primaries that the president supported?
They may be upset about this, but look, he and others need to make it clear that it's not about Trump's personality. It's not about whether you like him or not. It's about whether Republicans and conservatives will be able to get elected to these positions. And if we're going to have the magic ballot situation with all these ballots just drifting in after election day for days and days and days, we're going to see Spencer Pratt types of situations over and over and over again. So I know that Mitch McConnell doesn't like Trump. I know that Lisa Murkowski doesn't like the man. They need to see beyond themselves. This is not a high school popularity contest. This is about how this country is going to be governed or not governed over for decades to come, and they need to get beyond their little petty personality problems and do the right thing and make it possible for us to have free, honest, and fair elections. And if that happens, then Republicans and conservatives will have some chance of actually winning. If not, it's going to be a free for all and chaos, and this place is going to go down and will not be pretty.
Well, Deroy Murdock, we're grateful for your time today. We hope you have a wonderful 250th celebration of the best country on the face of the planet. Thank you for being a part of our show each week. We're grateful for it.
I second that emotion. Thanks very much. Happy 74250.
74250. You got it. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Let's take a break here. When we come back, we're going to speak with Senator Eric Schmitt, a part of leading the charge against fraud in the United States of America. He's definitely taking up at the helm and trying to make something happen, and we're going to talk with him about that next. Plus, of course, reaction to the rulings from the Supreme Court on birthright citizenship, the transgender athlete situation where the court upheld the laws in the states that said, no, you can't have boys playing in girls' sports. But what about us folks stuck in a state like Illinois with a governor and a legislature that doesn't think the same? Girls have different rights in different states. Can you imagine that? Senator Eric Schmitt next.
I'm John Morgan. There are many reasons to hire Morgan & Morgan for your injury case. Reason number 3. First, all lawyers are not the same. If my family had an injury case and I couldn't hire us, there are only about 3 to 4% of the lawyers out there that I would hire. And here's why. Most of them rarely, if ever, go to trial. They just take the last best offer. Hell, you can do that yourself. Do this. If you're looking for a lawyer, Google Morgan & Morgan results and see what comes up. It may shock you. Then Google the firm you're thinking of hiring and do the same. That may shock you as well. We became the largest injury firm in the world for a reason. We won a lot. $30 billion and counting. Morgan & Morgan. Or thepeople.com. Who would I hire? I'd hire us.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements. Past results afford no guarantee of future results. Every case is different and must be judged on its own merits.
You feel it every time you check out. Prices up, paychecks stretched, families squeezed. That's why Ann Wagner's fighting to get government off your back and out of your way. Wagner passed the largest tax cut in American history, expanded child tax credits, ended taxes on tips, overtime, and Social Security. And Wagner is working to lower costs so families keep more of their hard-earned money. But Ann Wagner knows delivering for Missouri means more than just protecting their wallets. It means protecting our streets as well. That's why Wagner fought to secure our border, deport dangerous illegal aliens, partner with law enforcement, and put predators behind bars and off our streets so our neighborhoods and communities stay safe. Because real effective leadership protects what matters most: your money, your family, your safety. Ann Wagner for Congress.
I'm Ann Wagner, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Ann Wagner for Congress.
2026 is a big year for America, and we'll be here with you, celebrating every step of the way. America 250 on 97.1 FM Talk, sponsored by Paramount Men's Medical Center.
Man is continually suffering from dementia. I don't think he really understands what he's saying.
Do you really think the president has dementia?
I do. I think if you look at any of the videos from 2015 or 2016 and look at how he responded to questions and how he was at press conferences, and then you fast forward and look at him now, I really think that there's something genuinely wrong with him. I'm not a doctor. I haven't diagnosed anything. I'm just suggesting to you that just look at the way he puts words and sentences together and thoughts, and they're almost divergent in the same sentence.
Gosh, he really buried the lead there. Governor J.B. Pritzker, you heard it here first, not a doctor. I know that this is going to be the leading headline that comes out of this show today. Are you kidding me? J.B. Pritzker saying that Donald Trump has dementia. I cannot take these people seriously. They can't fight on policy, so they fight with diversion tactics to take away from the news of the day. Let's get somebody who does know what's going on and has spent a lot of time with the president, Senator Eric Schmitt, joining us right now. Of course, the Missouri senator there in Washington, D.C. Senator, thanks for being with us today.
Great to be with you. Get out of Illinois, Annie Frey. Come to Missouri. This is my pitch once again. J.B. Pritzker is a hell of a spokesperson for the cause, too, I think.
Oh, my gosh. I mean, when you look at people like J.B. Pritzker who are salivating over the thought of being president, I don't know that anybody else is salivating over that, but he is. A lot of salivating. When you hear people like J.B. Pritzker say that President Trump, that, you know, they question his dementia, especially you've served in the Senate when Joe Biden was the president. Where was Pritzker there? What's wrong with these people, Senator Schmitt?
I don't know, but I can tell you I spent a lot of time with the president, and I've never seen anybody in my whole life who works as hard and as long as he does. Like, you can call him any time of the day and night, and he knows exactly what's going on. He's in full command of the office. And I think that's the biggest one of the biggest differences you see between this president and the previous president. Joe Biden, they didn't let anybody near him. I mean, President Trump has people come in to the Oval Office nearly daily for a briefing, is incredibly transparent, in full command of the office. And it's sad. I think it's because, honestly, the Trump derangement syndrome, they don't have much else to talk about, right? So now this is like a thing that J.B. Pritzker wants to talk about, but I think it's embarrassing for him.
It is, because, they couldn't possibly talk about policy departures where they think, oh, we can agree on a problem that needs to be solved. Here's how we would do it. I think that there's a lot of nervousness that's taking place with some of these high-profile Democrats, because we've seen what the fraud investigations have done in Minnesota. Tim Walz seems very nervous. He always seems nervous. I don't even know why he's always nervous. But when I see that you are going to partner with a team of 9 senators, you're going to come together and you're going to try to crack down on fraud. To me, it looks like maybe the long-lasting story out of the Trump administration, the Republican majority in the House, the Republican majority in the Senate, in this period of time in American history. What the gift that you can give the future of this country is what you guys are doing with fraud.
Yeah, and we have the tools now, too, with technology to go after this stuff in a much more meaningful way. Because when I was Attorney General in Missouri, if we would bust a fraud case or something like that, and let's say it was emanating out of some storefront in Florida, that's harder to get. This kind of pay and chase model is really hard to hold people accountable, but there's tools now to catch it on the front end. But then also taxpayers are just tired of getting ripped off.
Yes.
And this used to not be a partisan thing. There were, Democrats cared about this thing too, but elected Democrats, they view it as almost a threat to their power center, because they're in on this and they don't have any interest in solving the problem. And to your point, maybe they're getting a little nervous about that. It's also worth noting, Annie, and I hadn't really thought about this, but I heard that clip just in the context of what happened in the hammer and sickle wave in New York just last week. Dan Goldman was a congressman from Manhattan, okay? This guy wasn't particularly good on their congressional baseball team, I'll tell you that too. But he's also a guy who led the impeachment proceedings. He was the most ardent anti-Trump guy in their whole conference. And guess what? He got smoked.
Not good enough for them.
Smoked. It's not good enough because you know what? He hadn't gone full-blown commie. And that's where they're at. And they know it. Guys like Pritzker know it. Josh Shapiro knows it. Andy Beshear knows it. These guys are toast because they've created this monster. and the monster's now hungry, and their monster's running for office now, not just blowing them up on social media. They're running for office. And so I just think that there's a real reckoning coming. I don't think the Democrats have hit rock bottom yet at all.
Talk to me about the danger of socialism creep, which is what I'm calling it, because we've been watching, Bernie Sanders has been there for quite some time, and he's been bold to say he was a democratic socialist. And, I remember when Hillary Clinton was running for presidency, I think it was like an MSNBC interview, and she was asked by one of their anchors, can you tell me the difference between a Democrat and a socialist? And she fell all over herself trying not to answer the question. But this isn't a new issue for the Democrats, but they've tried to appease it for so long that it's now devouring the Democrat Party. What happens next to the country if the socialists were able to take the Democrat Party? Can they take a strong enough position in our federal government?
Yeah, I mean, I think they're realizing now the call is coming from inside the House.
Yeah.
They've been able to kind of point their ire on President Trump and like I said, kind of feed the beast of this socialist / communist movement that's happened under their noses. And by the way, they've been able to fix things. They didn't let Bernie Sanders move forward. They kind of put Joe Biden in as a placeholder. Then Biden was there. Then Kamala Harris got installed. In 2028, they're going to have a bottom-up primary where everybody on that stage is going to get asked a bunch of questions like, for example, do you believe that taxpayers should fund transgender surgeries for prison inmates? And they're all going to raise their hand. Like, it's going to be that crazy. On the economic side, this Mandami guy is kind of popular, and he's good on social media, and they're all going to be chasing that. So that's why people think saying AOC's got a legitimate shot, people thought that was crazy. I don't think so. I think, and by the way, what is the consequence? So Joe Biden, think of his administration as kind of he was like this figurehead who came in they only put him there because he thought he was the only guy that could maybe beat Trump. He's in office then. He's like a figurehead. Whether he really believed in open borders or not, I don't really know, but he had a bunch of people, gender study grads from Ivy League schools who wrote white papers about open borders were suddenly like in the White House dictating policy or giving out pardons with the auto pen. But what happens if actually a true believer gets in, right? Like somebody who's very committed to this cause over a period of time, it's very dangerous. It's open borders. It's all the stuff. It is a dangerous road to go down. And so, people are going to have a choice when we get there, but I don't think there's any denying that is where their party is headed. And it's not good for the country. Like, I don't take any pleasure in it. I mean, they're going to have some crazy people that maybe is easier to beat. But if they actually win, that's terrible for our country. And I think it's, one of the reasons why you see only 31% of Democrats now say they're proud or extremely proud to be an American as we approach America 250. It's nuts.
Yeah, it's really sad. It's very sad. I do sense a surge of patriotism, though, from a larger percentage, and I think that's attractive to the people who are paying attention maybe now, just to the general idea that maybe it's okay to love your own country. Thank you, World Cup tourists, for making that evident here to us, that maybe giving us that objective reminder.
Yeah, who knew, Annie, that air conditioning in Buc-ee's would be the thing that brought the Europeans to our side.
Yeah, we should have tried that earlier. That seems pretty cheap and easy if that's something we could have exported. Senator, I do want to ask you about the Supreme Court rulings, birthright citizenship, among some of the others. And I'm looking at the mail-in ballot ruling, just several of the things that came down from the Supreme Court. I'm looking at the Save America Act going, maybe we don't need the people on the bench in the Supreme Court to fix these problems. Maybe the Congress actually needs to legislate and get something done, and the Save America Act is just sitting there waiting for something to be done, but everybody's looking at the Senate saying it's not possible. Is it?
Oh, God, I think we got to try. I really do. And I think the way that you try is you do what's, the talking filibuster, as we've talked about on your show before, where if the Democrats want to kill it, they got to earn it, and you spend the requisite time to maybe beat them on it. That is, I think, the best path moving forward. It's something that I certainly support, but it's a big commitment, and so hopefully we can do that. But you're right. Congress is the Article I branch for a reason. We're supposed to take action in times of crisis like this, and I do think this erosion of the meaning of citizenship and And what we saw was some of the immigration policy and, only allowing elections for American citizens, which seems pretty simple. We ought to be moving on those things. And I do think it's worth mentioning that it was kind of a mixed bag, the Supreme Court.
Do you think they got anything wrong?
The birthright citizenship was a disaster. That's a terrible decision. The mail-in balloting decision was a terrible decision. Now they got the temporary protective status decision right. I think that was a good result. So the people who've been here 18 years on a temporary basis, it's not temporary anymore. So that's gone away, and we can start deporting. So, they got some stuff right. I think that because it's the last thing, the birthright citizenship case really stings, and I do think it just creates an absurd result. The language was never intended to. It meant for the children, the descendants of freed slaves. That's what it was for, and including the Civil Rights Act of 1866. That's what the 14th Amendment dealt with in that bill. It didn't deal with the idea that you can be a Chinese general in 2026 and fly your girlfriend or wife to the United States to give birth, receive health care, then fly back to China, be educated by the communists for 18 years, then come back here as a citizen and vote or run for office. I wouldn't bet on, many things as a sure thing. I'm pretty sure that after fighting a civil war to keep this country together, that the drafters of the 14th Amendment didn't mean that. And that's the ridiculous consequence now of that decision.
I have one quick question. I know we only have 2 minutes left with you, and it's not about any of this, but we have talked a little bit about the Caitlin Clark situation in the WNBA. I'm just wondering, on a 30,000-foot view from you, Senator, if you pay any attention to it, and if you think what's going on with Caitlin Clark has something to do with something other than basketball.
Well, I think there is some jealousy there, right? There's clearly some jealousy. She's got the highest, selling jersey. So there's probably no doubt about that. I also think kind of a cool thing that's popped up, and she's a Missouri girl, is the Sophie Cunningham thing.
She's great. Have you pointed at anybody lately?
The memes are, I've even shamelessly done it because it's hilarious. Her pointing there. And, I don't know. I don't really, I'm not really that into the WNBA, I'll be honest with you, but it's clearly, the Caitlin Clark thing is touched a nerve with some players that have been around and don't really appreciate probably the number of eyeballs she's added to the sport, and that's a shame.
Yeah. From now on, at the end of our interviews, I'm going to ask you if you know the people we talk about, if they're good at baseball. Because now we know Dan Goodman was not very good at baseball.
I can give you a scouting report, for sure.
That's the scouting report with Senator Schmitt. That's what we're going to do. Happy 4th of July to you. Thank you for the time that you give our listeners here on the show, and hope you are able to celebrate the best country on the face of the planet this weekend in red, white, and blue fashion.
We will, and I'll be making some, grilling some pork steaks and drinking a few Busch Lights. I promise you that. So,
cheers to that. Take care, Senator. Thank you.
All right, see ya.
Bye-bye. Dan Goodman, not reelected, also not that good at baseball, apparently. Also not very good at getting convictions on impeachments, because he did not successfully see that one all the way through. When President Trump was impeached, he was one of the leading attorneys that did try to get that ball across the goal line. I was going to try to make it a baseball. What would you say? Across the outfield fence? I don't know. Not Dan Goldman, apparently, according to Senator Schmitt. The YouTube poll for today: do you fly an American flag at your home? Yes or no? Let us know at youtube.com/@Annie Frey, Frey. You can also just open up YouTube on your YouTube app on your phone. Find the Annie Frey YouTube channel. Subscribe to it if you want to make sure you stay connected to us. Come hell or high water, that's a great way to do it. Subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and when we go live each day, you'll be able to see that live chat poll with the live broadcast. It's a good reminder to go there and vote. Let's get Ryan Wiggins back in studio. We'll take some of your text messages as well on the topic. Are you flying an American flag? Maybe this is your inspiration to say, no, I'm not, but I should be. Go to the store and pick one up. Make sure it's made in the USA. We'll be right back. HomeshieldFoundationRepairs.com. The basement problem that you have with water seeping its way into your living space is a huge problem. I bet you've thought about finishing your basement before, and you're like, gosh, I just don't think we can because it gets wet down there. you need to get it fixed and invest in your home. Home Shield Foundation Repair, an expert on all things foundation repair. You can learn about the services that they provide at homeshieldfoundationrepairs.com, a whole host of different foundation services that they offer. But if you've got a wet basement, get a dry basement, reach out to Home Shield Foundation Repair. If you contact Matt Hayes at 314-271-9900, that's 314-271-9900. I want to encourage you to have them come look at your basement, give you a solution that you can implement that is going to come with a lifetime warranty. Those worries about that basement problem that you have right now, no more. Home Shield Foundation Repair is waiting for your phone call. Call 314-271-9900. That's 314-271-9900. HomeshieldFoundationRepairs.com.
Do you fly an American flag at your home? It's a yes or no, but lots of comments on this, especially from those who do. Love hearing from you. You can text us at 314-241-9797, or you can vote in the poll and leave a comment on the Annie Frey Show YouTube page. It is 1:49. This time check is sponsored by Jerry Kelly Heating, Air Conditioning, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Welcome back to the Annie Frey Show. You got any text messages over there about flying the USA flag at your house? Brad, do you guys fly one?
Yes, we do. We actually have the Betsy Ross 250 flag up right now. That's the circle stars, if you're not familiar with that, and then in the middle it says 250. But I've got just a regular flag. I've also got two flags that I can attach to my pickup truck every now and then, and so that's always fun to do on certain holidays.
Do you put your flag up and down every day, or do you have it lit, or how do you?
It's lit. If there's bad weather coming in, we'll take it down, but other than that, we just kind of leave it up unless it's, like I said, super bad weather.
Did you see the national average of gas? I'm see this on TV right now. The national gas average right now is 384.
No. That's about what we're seeing it here.
That is incredible that it's gotten down to that by the 4th of July. And President Trump has just tried to put his thumb on the oil companies to say that they're price gouging and they need to get their act together.
Good.
And he said what you have said on this show before, Ryan, so he must have been listening to you.
Yeah.
That it bothers you that the oil companies play both sides of the coin, where if futures go up, they jack up the prices immediately. When futures go down, they wait.
Well, they go, well, it's futures. So that's why it's not today's price. That's in the future.
But only when they go down.
Only when they go down.
And Trump is saying something about that.
You know what oil is right now?
I always have it up here, and I didn't put it up today.
Below 70.
The closest I've seen was like 69.74. I usually have the crude ticker up here.
68.45
That's
right
the
now.
lowest I've seen it.
That is great news because if there's news that, Iran's starting to do stuff in Hormuz again and it didn't go up, that is fantastic. You know why, too? Because we'll stop hearing about Iran.
I also wonder if it's doing this in the midst of, we're in the same position on this end of things. I completely understand what's taking place in discussions in back rooms, that they could be making progress on particular things at any given time that we're not privy to or that I'm not digging deep into. But I wonder if the lack of shooting back up again is because Trump is going, knock it off.
Maybe.
President Trump in Venezuela has done a lot for the oil companies, which would shock all of our Democratic listeners.
I like how Trump is only out for the billionaires, though.
Yeah, and he's like, lower the dang
Listen
prices.
to me. You're going to lower your prices and stop price gouging.
Yeah, and he'll call them out. Like, he'll name names. If he were to
Yeah,
go
he
out
will.
there and start naming names and all of a sudden the gas station you go to is red or blue, that would be a big deal.
I know that we've discussed this ad nauseum, but any attack
Self-checkouts?
No, I'm not going back to that. I think that we can leave the past in the past.
I wish we could have left it in the past then.
The attacks against him, that's why they call him Teflon Don. They just slide right off. He doesn't fall into any category.
It's because he doesn't choose what he does that day based on what people say about him. That's politics. And he doesn't play.
It is the playbook, though, to say about any Republican, especially a prominent Republican, they're just out for the billionaires. They're not out for the common man like we are here in the Democrat Party. And yet they take just as many huge donations from billionaires, maybe more. And, I mean, they're talking out both sides of the mouth. Everybody knows it if you look into it at all.
Yeah, the left, they're hypocrites.
I mean, yeah, that's what I'm
That's
saying
the problem.
in so many words.
Which is what Trump said on the debate stage with Hillary Clinton when she was like, oh, he's going to help all the billionaires with all their tax cuts. And he's like, you take the tax cuts.
But even just that for so long, I mean, I think my entire life, people have been saying, maybe not the number one thing they would say, but you know what we need is a president who's a businessman.
Yes, not a politician.
Not a politician. Somebody who comes from my side of the aisle, the other world, not the politician's world. It comes from the real world. And then they get him, and they go, gosh, I don't know what to do with him. They just use the same stuff, and it just doesn't work on him.
You know, speaking of do you fly a flag at your house? Remember when President Trump put a Gigantor flag at the White House? He flies one at the house now. Weird that it was like, you know what we don't have here? A really big American flag. Let's put one in.
And he would walk out on the lawn.
Is that when he... I don't know if it was that or if it was maybe ballroom stuff when he was walking around on the roof.
Well, that was ballroom.
That was ballroom?
Yeah, that was ballroom.
Before they did stuff?
But he was doing the same thing, though.
He's like walking around on the top of the roof with the Secret Service and,
yeah.
Hey, guys.
Just like shielding his eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, everybody can see me up here. And then he would walk out on the lawn for that flagpole. Look, beautiful flagpole, isn't it? Very big.
What is more dude than that? I got to go out and check on the flagpole.
Yeah, I got to check out the pole.
Yeah.
I want everybody to see it, too.
Make sure that the lawn is looking good and that the flagpole is flagpoling.
You just walk out there. And you got to see that area where the media kind of camps right outside with all those little tents.
Media, what do they call
Media
it?
row?
Pebble Beach.
No,
Pebble Beach.
Yeah. Yeah. Pebble Beach. Text?
He would just walk right out there and just start talking to him. What do you think about this flagpole? Big, isn't it? Love it.
Huge.
Huge.
Biggest one the White House has ever had.
Yeah, I had a bunch of texts here, and then I scrolled past them.
Do you fly a flag at your house?
We don't. We have a flagpole, but I did for a while, and then anytime it would rain, I would feel bad, and so it was constantly having to monitor it.
You need to put your flag out.
Well,
fly your flag, Ryan.
Thank you.
Fly it high.
You're not the first person to say that.
I think people would be like, stop flying your flag, Ryan.
This person says, I fly the U.S. flag every day at my home. I'm not a commie.
Okay.
Scott here says, we fly an American flag that is made in the USA.
Boom.
There are a lot of comments on this.
That's good. Go vote in the poll. We need a good goosing of the Annie Frey YouTube channel. So get there and subscribe. Do me a solid and subscribe and vote in today's poll. Tell YouTube that you guys are out there. Got thousands of people listening in St. Louis. I need like 100 of you.
Oh, we can do that today. Be a Christmas miracle.
2 o'clock hour of a holiday week coming up next. Don't go away.
Years, Gone South has been a podcast about crime in the American South. But for our new season, we're widening the lens. Through deeply reported, narrative-driven stories, we're digging into the myths, scandals, and power structures that still shape the South, and, in a lot of ways, the country itself. Follow and listen to Gone South Season 5, an Odyssey podcast, available now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your shows.
Hi, I'm your kid's old jeans. I've been in the drawer for a while and really missed the playground. You should swing by Goodwill and drop me off. Donating me helps Goodwill's mission to provide career training and support services right here in the community. Plus, I can get back into the game. Donate today. Tag, you're it.
To find your nearest Goodwill locations and to learn more about our mission, please visit goodwill.org. Goodwill, where your things start new lives.
If you suffer from burning, tingling, or numb feet, pay special attention as we discuss neuropathy with Dr. Patton, D.C. Doctor, what is neuropathy?
Peripheral neuropathy is nerve damage to the feet and legs.
What are the symptoms?
The symptoms are numbness, burning, tingling, pain, and loss of balance.
Is neuropathy treatable?
It's absolutely treatable, and we have amazing results.
If you have burning, tingling, numbness, coldness in your feet or hands or balance issues, call us at Comprehensive Integrated Health today for a nerve damage screening. The screening will tell if you're at risk for serious complications and if you're a candidate for our cutting-edge treatment program. Don't wait until your symptoms are so severe nothing can be done. End-stage neuropathy leaves people confined to walkers, wheelchairs, and even amputations. The first 10 callers will receive a free nerve damage screening. Call 636-538-5188. That's 636-538-5188 for your free nerve damage screening. 636-538-5188.
Hey, it's Mark Reardon. I'm with Stewie from Stewart's American Mortgage, and if you're thinking about refinancing, he has some great advice.
Mark, this is a great time to refinance. If you financed over the last 3 years, you're probably paying a higher rate. Take advantage now. Refinance with the Bagel loan. No closing costs, no title fees, no lender fees, nothing. Bagel looks like a zero, easy to remember. For those of you folks that are waiting on the sideline saying, hey, maybe the rates will go down more, I'm going to wait. Take advantage now. A bird in the hand's better than two in the bush. Refinance, get the cash out you need, get a lower rate, maybe even go from a 30 to a 20 year and keep that payment the same. All with the Bagel loan.
This is a quick process, right?
We close in 10 days. We send a notary out to your house to close so you don't have to take off any time from work. It's easy. It's simple. Bing, bang, boom. Your home is the biggest investment you're going to make in your life. Deal with somebody local, somebody who has a reputation, somebody who has accountability. I'm here in town. You can call me or text me after hours, weekends, whenever it's convenient for you.
Call or text Stewie at 314-324-4440 or Google the Bagel loan. NMLS number 226715.
KFTK FM Florissant from the Kaufman Townsley St. Louis's Injury Lawyers Studio. Call 314-777-7777.
That's 314-777-7777.
The president heads west on Lisa Brady, Fox News. He's in Medora, North Dakota to dedicate the new Theodore Roosevelt Presidential Library.
It's an honor to be here. It's an honor to be at this great museum, great library, great center. And it's a very special place. I think it's going to do very well.
Scheduled to give a speech at this hour after touring the library, which opens to the public Saturday. The president telling reporters before traveling he thinks Iran has come a long way in talks on a peace deal. Former CIA Director John Brennan is suing the Trump administration, demanding that records from a Justice Department investigation of him be preserved.
In the lawsuit, Brennan says the records are essential for him to defend himself in the event he is indicted. The suit suggests Brennan will argue a vindictive prosecution. It is unusual for courts to be asked to order records be preserved before a criminal case is charged. President Trump has called for investigations into Brennan, accusing the former CIA director of lying about the origins of the investigation into Russian election interference during the 2016 campaign.
Fox's Jared Halpern in Washington. 2 people arrested after climbing to the top of the Empire State Building's spire are no stranger to heights or each other.
2 people dressed in black
black, climbed to the top of the antenna some 1,454 feet above New York City. They unfurled a black banner with white lettering referencing a apparent Jimi Hendrix quote, which says, "When the power of love beats the love of power, the world knows peace." The two, wearing no climbing equipment, they just hung out up top as news helicopters circled them. The two calmly came down from the antenna where they were met by NYPD officers. But before that, the man proposed to the woman. She was wearing a hat with cat ears. She appeared to say yes. She then appeared to take photos of the ring.
Fox's Brian Yennis, those two believed to be a Russian couple who've scaled skyscrapers around the world. America is listening to Fox News.
I move mountains for a living. Literally. That means I don't carry hand lotion, and when it comes to serious heartburn, I don't mess around with anything but Rolaids Max Strength. Its dual-active formula has 1,500 milligrams of calcium carbonate and magnesium hydroxide that relieves heartburn fast. And the best part? The roll fits right here in my pocket, so I can get back to moving mountains.
Rolaids spells powerful relief. 1,500 milligrams is our highest amount of antacid per tablet. Read each label. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
So Ryan and I came to the decision to get life insurance when I was pregnant with our first son. He really wanted us to be taken care of if something happened to him. He provided for our family in life and also after his death. I think that would make him proud. Ethos makes it fast and easy to get life insurance. Apply in minutes and get same-day coverage.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/save. That's ethos.com/save. Paid testimonial. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions require.
Air Comfort Service, heating, cooling, and insulation. Weather.
The typical beast of summer is with us again this afternoon. Sunny, hot, humid, little hazy out there. 98 for the high. Tonight, clear, warm, humid, 78. Thursday, sunny, hot, and humid, 98 degrees. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, sunny, hot, and humid. Each afternoon or early evening could pop a thunderstorm. Isolated variety, 95 Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. This is 97.1 FM Talk. Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
The Annie Frey Show is sponsored by Air Comfort Service Heating, Cooling, and Insulation. Air Comfort Service is hiring licensed journeymen. Don't have a journeyman license? Air Comfort Service will help you get it. Get guaranteed hours year-round and more. Apply online at aircomfortservice.com.
Well, we started the show today talking about this couple that climbed to the top of the Empire State Building, which I think is a line from the movie Annie. Don't they climb? Yeah? Don't they climb the? You remember the Carol Burnett version of Annie? Did you ever see that movie?
No, I didn't watch it because it was for girls.
What?
Yeah, I stand by my statement.
Because she's a girl.
Yeah, it's just a girly.
How
thing.
is it for? Why is it for girls?
I think it was targeted to small, orphaned, redheaded girls, very specifically. And if you watched it, that's
you
up
mentioned
to you.
Hannibal Lecter just a little bit before. What was Silence of the Lambs targeted towards?
Murderers.
Okay, cannibals.
I watched it because I wanted to solve the murder, though, because they also targeted people like me who love justice.
What about in the movie Annie, people who love children?
They were not the star of the movie.
Girls? Well, women, you know how they like kids. This isn't for you, men. Two masked people climbed to the top of the Empire State Building at 11 o'clock our time today, holding a banner reading, "When the power of love beats the love of power, the world knows peace," which I think is a Hendrix quote. And
somebody said it was a Gandhi quote.
Maybe Hendrix quoted Gandhi. I don't know.
Probably.
I don't care too much either, honestly.
Jimi Hendrix?
Yeah?
Okay, just making sure.
Did I say the wrong thing?
No, you said Hendrix, and I just was like, oh, that's who I'm thinking of.
I don't know. I think I read that on X. So
James Hendrix?
Yeah, proper. They came down. They've been detained. They're in custody. I don't know what's going to happen next. But while they were up there, they flew this big black flag that said that Gandhi Hendrix quote, "When the power of love beats the love of power, the world knows peace." Do you think that first of all, while they're up there, there was an engagement, which you could see because the person got down. They're being circled by helicopters.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I wish there was a way to be like, oh, you guys are up there. Now you got to stay. Like, they ended up getting helped down, obviously. But these people are idiots. I don't find this to be interesting and exciting in a positive way. It's an eye roll kind of a situation. You walked in and they were showing everything up here when the show started, and you said this is the most New York City coverage thing ever.
I did say that, but then I also thought this is the most beautiful expression of love I've ever seen.
Okay,
between
take it from here.
Two young
Idiots.
or middle-aged or old
Morons.
people. We don't know. They were wearing ski masks. And I think that we should celebrate their love.
I saw the picture of their hands being held with the city in the background. And by background, I don't know if this is a word, but like the down ground, because they were up so high. So it's not really like in the back. It's really in the bottom ground. Yes. And they didn't, I'm going to be honest, I wasn't 100% sure that it wasn't two females from the distant picture that was being shown while the helicopter was doing laps around the Empire State Building. But then I saw their hands together. I don't know if you can say this in 2026. It was definitely a man and a woman.
Well,
it looked like a masculine hand and a feminine hand.
Yeah, you can say that.
Good, because I did.
And one of them got down on one knee and proposed.
Yes.
So I don't know how they decide if it's two women.
How do you decide?
I don't know. I really don't. But one did get down on one knee.
If your wife would have proposed to you, what would you have done?
I would have said no.
Would you?
Yeah, that's crazy. I would have allowed for that. Brad?
Same.
Right?
Yeah, like, what are you doing?
You're saying,
Stand up.
no. So you're saying right now that the woman who you've been married to for almost 20 years right now, if she would have said, Ryan, will you marry me? I really want to get married. You would have said no.
I would have said, what are you doing right now? You expressing your dominance? I don't really like where this is going.
Brad, you would have told your wife no.
I would have been like, stand up. Yeah, what are you doing? We're not doing it like this.
Yeah, you're just saying it casually. I'm picturing they're proposing.
Yeah, no, I am too.
They are in a suit on one knee.
They don't have to be in a suit.
Holding up a ring going, will you marry me, Ryan?
What if it's not a...
And I'm like, ah!
What if it's not the way that the traditional... What if it's not the traditional proposal, but they say, Ryan, I want to marry you. Will you marry me?
That's inappropriate, ma'am. That's what I would say to her.
And she'd say, it's Miss.
Yes, she would.
Not an old lady.
And I would say, no, it is your miss, because you just took a swing and I did not, and it did not hit the bat.
And she'd go, I'm a girl, me no sports.
Clearly, I know sports based on that sentence I just said.
You guys got married fast. Or
Yeah, we
engaged
did.
fast.
We got engaged fast.
Seriously, what you wouldn't just say no. You'd say, I love you and I want to marry you, but we're not doing it like this.
Yeah,
or,
I say, what are you doing?
I want the honor to do it myself. But you would say something that would say, I want to do this for you.
Yes.
And which would be a yes, but give me a minute. I've got something to ask you.
Right. Yeah. Or and then can I take your name? I wouldn't do that.
Brad, you're telling her no?
Yeah. Yeah, it's
What
kind
if
of
that?
the same
What
thing.
if that offends? What if that creates a situation where she feels embarrassed or uncomfortable?
Well, I'm glad we uncovered it before we got married at that point. Because if she would have a problem with that dynamic in our relationship, then maybe she wouldn't have been the right one for me.
What's the dynamic?
I'm a traditional person, and I would prefer a traditional marriage. You know, husband and wife.
Can't start with her asking questions.
Yeah, you can't do that.
No, she can't propose.
Yeah.
Well, what would you do?
I mean,
reverse the
like,
question.
Go ahead, Brad.
Put
Go ahead.
yourself.
Set it up for me.
Okay, put yourself in the scenario.
Mm-hmm.
What would he have done, Jared, if you had proposed to him?
I don't
And
know
I'm
if-
not talking about casually.
Yeah.
I mean, you proposed to him.
I gotta get my phone. in
You're
case he
wearing a
texts.
top hat. You're putting on the Ritz.
and
monocle.
and my mustache.
Yes. You guys are playing Monopoly. Boardwalk, eh? Seems I've gone ahead in this casual game.
I'll have you know
I guess I'm dominant.
that we are 22 and a half years into our relationship, and we still fight over who asked whom out on the first date.
I know you do.
Because there ain't no how that I would go out, that I would have I pursued him. So, and he pursued me for like a year, but we didn't date. And I, of course, wanted to date him. And I think he wanted to date me. And there's a boyfriend and there was a girlfriend separately that we respected that or whatever. But there was no way I was going to ask him out. I would never, ever, ever ask a man
You said
to
that
marry
with
me.
such a smile.
Why?
Because you probably were doing something like playing Monopoly and just casually slipped in phrases like, would you be the Park Place to my boardwalk?
I
Would
just
you be
want
the Marvin
turn
Gardens?
turn around real quick. As the show is going on, I think that is the captions for the horses. As the show is happening on Fox News is on a huge.
Oh yeah, the bottom one. It's going wee 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 wee.
There's a huge television screen behind Ryan. And you may or may not know this as a listener of the show, but the Fox News television behind Ryan has closed captions on it. As I'm doing the show, as I'm talking to Ryan, I always read the captions that are up there behind him. And there are some horses on the screen, and the captions have gone crazy. What's happening?
It's just gibberish. What? Turn the sound on and you'll realize that's what that guy's saying.
Okay, read it for us.
Okay, this is. How do
I do a show like this? I don't know how to do this.
It looks like it's maybe gone back to normal now. Not quite.
Static display. People who rely on these captions are panicking right now.
Yeah, if you're deaf, you're like, what is happening in North Dakota?
I don't know. Those horses are having a day.
And we can say anything we want because they're not listening to us.
Man, that's so weird. I would never have asked him out. But this is what women do. And I mean, I'm not belittling it because I think it'd be easy to hear it this way. But men, okay, yes, you do take a risk to ask a girl out. But chances are by the time you've asked her out, I mean, if she's into you or whatever, if you've thought, yeah, she's into me, it's not just I'm into her. She has done loads of work to make you feel like you're going to get even a possible yes.
That is from your perspective as somebody who put in the work.
I speak for women.
No, not all women. Not the ones that turned me and Brad down.
Well, they weren't into you.
Yeah, I was going to say.
That's that. They weren't into you.
Well, we don't know. That's the whole point.
Well, I understand that. But once you meet someone who is into you, which you both obviously have because you have lovely wives, it's different. And I think that the idea of the perception of what into you looks like is, if you have to take a minute and think about it. Or if you talk to friends and your friend's like, oh, I think she'd go out with you or whatever. I'm just saying that generally speaking, when it gets to the point where you've asked somebody out and they've said yes, she's probably worked really hard to make herself present so that you could feel comfortable enough to ask her out.
There was a key phrase in what you just said, and that was when they say yes.
Yeah.
Because a lot of them don't.
I know, but I mean,
That's what's
there's
risky.
zero difference in the outcome of a girl who's working really hard to try to get the boy to ask her out that never asks her out. Do you understand? So like,
yeah, but you don't have that moment of dejection.
No, it's a long, painful, drawn-out process of no, it's never happening.
Yeah, but guys go through that too.
That's my point.
Okay.
I'm saying that what you are experiencing is that hey, I think I'm going to ask her out, and she says no, that girls have that as well if they're out there trying to make themselves appear available, appear interested so that he will make the first move, because I think on the whole, of course, women want men to pursue them. They want men to ask the question, make the proposal. That's what women on the whole absolutely want. And what women do is try to put themselves in a position in many times so that a man feels emboldened to ask that question. And for as many times as a man hears no, women have, what? Why are you rolling your eyes?
The closed captioning. So.
Many things.
Why?
I think that the TV's broken, and I'm watching that going, oh, that's what it is. So it's not what you're saying.
Allow me to roll my eyes at what you're saying.
Go ahead.
Because my
usually
argument,
don't do that. Usually just tell me.
Yeah. Well, let me just tell you that I think that you're describing women getting turned down in the long game.
It's like a passive experience, and the men's is an active experience.
My argument is that men have both. Is that they will play the long game and get turned down, and play the short game and get turned down. So it's a double, and women don't do the short game.
You have the opportunity, though, in society, as you guys have both explained, to ask the question when women are societally not really in a position to even ask it.
Yeah, women do have to hint to get the guy to ask a lot more.
And I'll be honest, sometimes you guys don't pick it up when it's being thrown down very much.
No, or we're not interested.
Correct.
Same. So there, I guess if you want to compare the ask to like that thing, if you're really putting yourself out there and being like, "Hey, I'm doing nothing Friday night. How weird, huh?" You know, or whatever.
And then they're like, "Yeah, it's
like,
weird.
Boy, that is weird. You should get some friends."
Should be something about you that was likable. You should go try that on some people. No, I'm just saying that I think that this is all going back to the initial question about your wife specifically. If she would have asked you to marry her, you would have said, we're not doing it this way. You wouldn't have told her no, but you would have said, I'm going to marry you, but I got something there's something that's got to go down before we pursue that, because that would be important to both of you. But what I'm saying is, for women in the dating world, I hear specifically you guys and Brad talk about the plight that is on the shoulders of men, but that's their job. Like that's the masculine job.
Oh, sure. Absolutely.
And for women too, it's kind of the traditional job to be pursued and to be patient in the pursuit. That it's not the same at all. It's not the same experience, but neither one of those sides of the dating issue is easy at all, and both can be riddled with rejection and pain. And, kind of to the point that I was making before, guys will go out there and they'll muster up the energy and the courage to ask the question. They'll get a no, and guys are just kind of wired to go, okay, what's next? That's
more than girls
way
are.
more than females
are.
The emotional sensitivity for a woman to have an interest and to try to put herself in a position to be pursued and to not really want to be forward, because a lot of men are going to be just like the two of you and be like, I'm not 100% sure about that aggressive type of nature, because they are, as you said, traditional type men, that you have to do a lot of kind of passive aggressive work to be seen, to be asked, and hopefully he has the courage to do it. That's not easy either. And oftentimes women will do that, and he's either not in tune to it or not interested in himself. So you do all that work, and then it's just like, well, okay. It's not as easy, I think, for women to just go on to the next one.
I agree.
I think they're both difficult.
Yeah, I think it's just that guys, I would say the hardest part for a guy is mustering up that courage. Because once you get told no, it hurts, it stings, and then you pick yourself up by the bootstraps like old Sam Houston did.
Real question. Yeah, America 250.
Yeah.
Real question. When you ask that question and you get told no, and of course it's all circumstantial, context matters here. Does it hurt more because you feel that you were rejected because maybe there's something wrong with you?
Yeah.
Or is it because you really liked her?
No, there's something wrong with you.
It's an internal thing.
Yeah. Brad disagrees.
Yeah.
From high road.
Because whenever you would ask a girl out, the potential of the relationship that you would have with that girl is now gone. I mean, before you do that, you at least have the hope. But if she says no, that hope is dead. And that future relationship that you thought that maybe you would have, all gone.
Listen to this hopeless romantic over here. I'm thinking about
He's
myself the
married.
whole time. He's like climbing the Empire State Building and proposing to Terry.
No, he isn't.
No, he's at Mungo's.
Yeah. Stumbling over my words.
Eating fettuccine.
Yeah. All over my shirt.
Terrible. At least it was white. My whole point is that I don't think it's easy for either side. And there are burdens to bear on both sides. And probably it's easy to say that when you're 20 years into your marriage and in your 40s and you're not dealing with it in the middle of it. And honestly, truly, the dating experience that all three of us had in the 90s and in the 2000s, we are like generations away from what dating looks like right now. Entirely a different experience. Man, yeah. Let's take a break here. Ethan, Sports and Local on the Annie Frey Show next. Let us know what you think about men and women proposing to each other. Would it be appropriate for a woman to propose to a man? Does anybody out there think that that is something that is good? Text Ryan at 314-241-9797. Persuade him. See if you can change his mind by the end of the show.
Yeah, please.
314-241-9797. We'll be right back. AirComfortService.com. I encourage you to reach out to Air Comfort Service if you have any issues with your HVAC right now. What did I see? Heat dome? Is that the phrase that's being used here? I'm got to check it out. When you are dealing with these incredibly hot temperatures, your AC is working really, really hard. And especially if you're at work right now, I want to remind you that it doesn't matter, 24/7, holidays, everything. Air Comfort Service is ready to take your phone call, residential or commercial, to get you into your comfort zone fast. And these temperatures, they're dangerous. So if you need it for your home, if you need it for mom and dad's home, grandma and grandpa need to be looked after because something's not working right, trust the people at Air Comfort Service. I have in my home time and time again. They are wonderful people. They do the best work, and they are going to care for you and get you right back to where you need to be quickly. 314-513-0091. 314-513-0091. Commercial repairs, residential service, whatever you need, reach out to Air Comfort Service. Online at aircomfortservice.com.
Check out. Prices up. Paychecks stretched. Families squeezed. That's why Ann Wagner's fighting to get government off your back and out of your way. Wagner passed the largest tax cut in American history, expanded child tax credits, ended taxes on tips, overtime, and Social Security. And Wagner is working to lower costs so families keep more of their hard-earned money. But Ann Wagner knows delivering from Missouri means more than just protecting their wallets. It means protecting our streets as well. That's why Wagner fought to secure our border, deport dangerous illegal aliens, partner with law enforcement, and put predators behind bars and off our streets so our neighborhoods and communities stay safe. Because real effective leadership protects what matters most: your money, your family, your safety. Ann Wagner for Congress.
I'm Ann Wagner, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Ann Wagner for Congress.
Don't let tax refund worries hold you back. File now with TurboTax on Intuit Credit Karma. They'll find every credit and deduction to help you get every refund dollar you deserve, or your money back. Start filing today in the Credit Karma app.
You're listening to The Annie Frey Show. 97.1 FM Talk, St. Louis Conservative. This segment of The Annie Frey Show is sponsored by All Financial.
Hold up. Check it out.
Sports and local.
Hannaford's Hootenanny with Big Murray Jumpin' Bean and the Piccolo Toots.
Oh, yeah.
What is wrong with you?
Piccolo Toots.
That's top two.
Really, what is wrong with you? So many issues.
I can't even repeat that. It kept going.
Way too many.
All I heard was Piccolo Toots.
Piccolo, that's all I heard.
It's Hannaford's Hootenanny with Big Murray Jumping Bean and the Piccolo Toots. But none of those people are named Hannaford.
I'm pretty sure they're performing this weekend down to the Arch.
I love how Ryan's like, let me tell you why this is funny. Let me tell you why this is just genius.
It'd be like a show called Wiggins America with Brian Adams.
Except people know who that is.
Yeah, well, maybe.
You got 6 minutes. 5
Sports and
minutes.
local.
Ethan?
St. Louis Cardinals had a good win last night, a 5-3 win over the Atlanta Braves in the first of what is going to be a tough stretch of baseball against some really good teams. 3-game series going on against the Braves currently, and then over the weekend they are in Chicago against the Cubs. They'll come back home, have a 5-game series against the Brewers, and then the Braves as well. So that is all leading up to the All-Star break. So very important stretch of Cardinals baseball going into last night. Had won just 3 of their last 10.
Ugh.
And they got the offense they needed last night.
When's the All-Star break start?
All-Star
After Braves?
the 13th,
Oh, no.
I believe. July 13th or 14th. It's in Philadelphia this year. That seems timely. Right around
America
4th
250.
of July, America 250. Huh?
Philadelphia.
Nathan Church, a 3-run home run. Nelson Velasquez also hit a solo shot. Matthew Liberatore had a much-needed bounce-back outing. His ERA in the month of June prior to last night's 5 innings of one-run ball was over 10.
Ugh.
So he desperately needed
bad?
that. No, it's not very good, Annie. Not very good.
She needs to be told that stuff.
With the win, the Cardinals are, as we speak, back in a wild card spot. So,
Am I wrong in saying that the Cardinals are probably like good meat of the All-Star break?
That was more visual than the radio needed it to be. More visual than I needed it to be, but here we are. Why were you pulling on your collar like that?
That's with Jerry Lewis.
Okay.
Hyphen. All-Star break.
Okay, Ethan.
Can't come soon enough.
I turned his mic off.
Thank you.
Too bad he could turn it right back on.
Yeah.
Today is the first day of free agency in the National Hockey League, and Alexander Steen, day one of his tenure as the general manager of the St. Louis Blues, has been very busy, has already signed several players, re-signed Jonathan Berggren, who the Blues had claimed off of waivers last December. They gave him a one-year, $2 million contract. New addition, the Blues signed Ross Johnston to a 3-year, $6 million contract. Johnston, 32 years old, previously had played for the Anaheim Ducks. This is a guy that in his 62 games played last year had 107 penalty minutes. It's a guy that is an enforcer. He likes to drop the gloves. So he'll play on the fourth line for the Blues and will definitely serve as a protector for this young roster. The Blues did buy out Jonathan Drouin's contract. He was a part of the Braden Shen trade last year. So will not be playing for the Blues next year. And then they just signed Dylan Dube to a 1-year, $850,000 contract. So busy day for the Blues. They've made a lot of moves over the past couple of days. When you date back to Thursday, no, not yet. Well, not that time of year yet. Not at least physically.
Not finding the back of the net, huh?
Not yet. We're not yet. Not yet, guys. Slow down.
I don't know any other references that I can. Can we go back to baseball? Hey, real quick, Ethan, can you just read the captions on the TV? Tell us what Doug Burgum over there is saying.
Teddy Roosevelt.
No, the captions.
The captions. The captions.
Just give us a read that real quick.
Was not yet governor, yet free. Yeah.
It's Chevy Chase and Caddyshack.
Yeah, that's
I guess
what it looks
the
like
horses
right
are just doing laps right behind him, and they're just having our captain, close captain.
Yeah,
is that Jerry Lewis too?
I heard that earlier on the radio, and I was kind of curious.
You didn't know
Thank
what
you for the
you were
context.
listening to.
Yeah, no, I didn't. Last thing here before break. Team USA. Round of 32 game tonight, facing off against Bosnia and
lose and go home.
Herzegovina. Yep. This is we're down to the knockout stage. So you lose, you are done. 5 games to win the World Cup.
What time does it start?
It starts at 7:00
on the TV.
This is going to be. There's going to be a long pregame show. Pregame show starts at 5:00. So
telly?
There's going to be all kinds of
I don't really care
content.
About pregame, I'm gonna be honest.
I get
what
it.
time
I'm
is
with you.
tip off?
Kickoff is at 7:00
First
St.
pitch,
Louis time.
7 p.m. Central.
Games being played out west in Santa Clara at Levi Stadium where the 49ers play. Bunch of different watch parties in St. Louis going on because there's a huge Bosnian crowd in St. Louis. So
oh, no.
Ballpark Village is going to have
That's
one.
That's going to be popping.
Molly's in Soulard, Amsterdam Tavern, Stacked STL, Ray's Sports House, Westport Plaza. So all kinds of different spots around the city to watch the game tonight.
In St. Louis, and you're among your Bosnian peers, you have a huge population of Bosnians here. They're cheering for Bosnia, right?
Absolutely, and I'm going to be at the Herzegovinian bar in Soulard.
What's that one called?
Hertz Donut.
It's a bar.
It's a
called Hertz Donut.
It's a bakery.
Donut.
Oh, it's a bakery.
Hertz
in the morning.
Donut.
It turns into a brewery at night.
Yeah, I didn't need to explain that. It was obvious. It's the classic bakery.
About
bar.
What would Jerry Lewis say about that? We'll be right back. Don't go away.
For years, Gone South has been a podcast about crime in the American South. But for our new season, we're widening the lens. Through deeply reported, narrative-driven stories, we're digging into the myths, scandals, and power structures that still shape the South, and, in a lot of ways, the country itself. Follow and listen to Gone South Season 5, an Odyssey podcast. Available now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your shows.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, you're not alone. Most importantly, you don't have to live with it. Paramount Men's Medical Center restores men's sex lives in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, even when Viagra and Cialis don't work. Here's Dr. Simovitz, specialist in men's health.
Paramount Men's Medical Center's painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. 98% of patients see instant results right in the office.
Men are now lasting longer than they ever imagined. And the best part, at Paramount Men's Medical Center, your consultation and first treatment are free. Qualified patients even get their testosterone checked free. Call 314-887-4333. 314-887-4333. Take control of your sex life. Call now. 314-887-4333.
Rhino Shield is far superior to even the best traditional exterior house paint. Rhino Shield is 8 to 10 times thicker than paint and comes with a 25-year transferable warranty. Rhino Shield is the only ceramic coating company that has been chosen by Disney, This Old House, and 3 times on HGTV's Curb Appeal, where every episode is concentrated on unpainted brick, bonds and seals to stucco, wood, hardy, block, color lock, masonite, and more. No better product for those steel aluminum-sided homes that have become, chalky and tired looking. We coat sloped and flat roofs to extend their lives too. After 15 years, we've got a great reputation and a superior product. As long as it's affordable, why wouldn't you do it? Before you make the costly mistake of painting with traditional paint, you'd be best served to call Rhino Shield today. We are the experts and our evaluations are free. 877-25-RHINO or 877-25rhino.com. Tell them, ladies.
Don't paint, don't Rhino, go Rhino Shield. Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
You can text in your answers to this question or really anything you want. The YouTube live chat poll question is, do you fly an American flag at your home? Yes or no? It's 314-241-9797. Still a lot of texts coming in talking about whether a woman should be able to ask a man to marry her. And then this one I'm going to read. It says, what's the point of texting to answer your questions if you're not going to comment on them? Well, we can't actually type back to you. That's the problem, is that we can only talk back to you. So I'm just letting you know, if you think that we're just ignoring you by not typing back, that's because the text line doesn't let us do that. Let us know what you think about these topics, and we will do our best to address them. It is 2:34. This time check is sponsored by Jerry Kelly Heating, Air Conditioning, Electrical, and Plumbing.
It's time for a $98 AC tune-up.
From the gateway to the airwaves. 97.1 FM Talk. St. Louis Conservative.
Welcome back to the Annie Frey Show. As Ryan just mentioned, that YouTube poll, we're asking you to go vote in on the Annie Frey YouTube channel. Do you fly an American flag at your home, yes or no? We've talked a lot about these 2 individuals who climbed to the top of the Empire State Building. It was like 11 o'clock this morning. They were up there. They flew some big flag that talked about, like, love being better than non-love. Hate.
Power.
Oh, yes, the opposite of love.
Yeah, love is better than non-love.
I think that's a Jimi Hendrix quote. Lyric, possibly.
Poetic.
Could be, should be. I can't
James
look at you
Hendrix.
and see those captions back there and not keep laughing. They're so funny. Half the time it's half the screen on the television.
Doug Burgum just said, was not yet governor, not Fred.
I think that's how you spell. Would you... So they get to the top of the Empire State Building. The man gets down on a knee, proposes to her. We don't know the story. I don't even really care about them. But what we're really talking about, I asked the question to Ryan and to Brad, what would you have done if the love of your life, who you've been married to for decades now, almost, what would you do if she would have asked you to marry her before you had the opportunity to propose. They both said that they would. Brad said he'd say no, and Ryan said that he would not let it sit that way and reorder things, which I think maybe Brad was saying, well, you said that you were happy you would know that that's the way it was going to go.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
No, that's not accurate.
What's
I would have done exactly what Ryan said, and then you said, what would happen if this is the way she wanted to do it? And then I would then it would have been an issue.
I agree with that. If it was a flippant kind of like, oh, I'm trying to get you to ask me, then
I don't think
that's
I
different.
ever phrased it that way.
But
I just said, what if she said to you, let's see. I said to you guys, if she didn't get down on a knee, but she was like, I want to marry you. Will you marry me? And it wasn't the whole like traditional masculine way to propose, and she just inserted herself into it.
Mm-hmm. We would not have liked that.
Mm-mm.
Even the conversation?
We would have said, Brad and I, the collective, would have said that we would not have chosen it to be that way, and we would have organized it differently and asked her to please wait.
The question started out with, what if she proposed to you? But if it's just a conversation, that changes the dynamic of everything altogether.
So we got some text messages at 314-241-9797, 314-241-9797, and they're
man, it's a variety.
All over the place.
All over the place because, by the way, we also went into a conversation about whether women have it more difficult than men when it comes to trying to court each other, getting somebody to ask you out, and all that stuff.
To clarify that point, I never said women have it more difficult.
This person took it that way.
I understand, but I'm clarifying before we jump to that. I said that men do have that active participation, the way you guys established it in the proposal question, that you want to be the ones who do the asking. I think that we didn't ask this question specifically, but would you go out with a girl who asked you out?
Maybe.
If you liked her.
Yeah, I don't know that would bother me that much.
Yeah.
So we didn't really get into that, but we were talking more on the proposal side.
Yeah.
I was just saying that while women aren't traditionally the pursuers, that there still is difficulty in that position because you're kind of limited in your ability to pursue. So what I was articulating is that women will do a lot of pursuing up to the point of asking. A lot of making herself available, doing herself up a little bit more to appear more attractive in his presence, that type of a thing, so that she can be seen and can be seen as attractive and interesting so that maybe he will ask her out. And while women will do that, many times he doesn't A, notice, or B, if notices, isn't interested. And that is a plight that is traditionally more on the shoulders of the female than the male, because the male is there in a position to do something about it in a way that traditionally women aren't, if that makes sense. So I didn't ever say that women have it worse, but I am saying that men don't necessarily have it worse just because they have to do the asking and be told no. There's still a rejection that women experience, and sometimes it's without ever even having the question being asked.
To the text line.
Yes, so this person was a big fan of mine.
Annie, STFU. You know what that stands for?
Shut the heck up.
Think about it. It says stop.
I can't. They won't let me.
STFU.
They just say you have to go until 3, Annie. Sorry.
Stop trying to make it seem like women have it worse. You're an idiot.
Okay.
That's the end of that text. The next one says, I'm with Annie. This happens later in life, too. He's 63. I'm 62. He showed interest, and now nothing is happening. He's very shy. I feel like I've done everything but throw my naked body on his porch.
Give it a shot.
Oh, excuse me.
Where's your porch?
And he's not getting it. He's not getting it. Make sure you have the right address.
Can you imagine if we see like a Fox 2 Now story? It's like naked women on man's porch. Turns into marriage proposal.
He is very shy. That's what the Chiron says.
What do we do?
She says, it's very frustrating, but I cannot ask him out. And she wants him to, and apparently he seems like he's interested, but he's shy.
So game plan, or game out, what's going on here?
I think she needs to throw her naked body on his porch.
Don't do that, lady. Have some self-respect. Do what you already do.
I think that there's two possibilities here. One, he was very he is. It's not so much shy, but he doesn't have the confidence because things have gone so poorly for him in the past. I don't know what his previous relationship statuses ever were, if he's ever had a girlfriend or anything like that. The other thing is maybe he only seemed a little bit interested because he was trying to be polite, but he may not be interested.
So what should she do? Brad?
At some point, you've got to cut bait.
Well, so she should just stop being interested, but not ask him out.
No, I wouldn't ask him out. If she can't bring herself to ask him out, I'm not going to ask you to change that about yourself. But
if he can't pursue her at all,
yeah.
But I'm saying should she? She said I can't ask him out, but should she consider asking him out?
If she's getting sick of it, she's going to have to do one thing or the other. She's either going to have to just ask
okay?
him what's your intention.
Is it okay for her to be like, I'm interested in you, I'd be interested in going out with you, or going to a movie or whatever?
Yeah, that's okay. That's fine. And it's also...
So you're not saying...
It's giving an opportunity to respond to that
cut
question.
Bait and don't ever say anything.
Well, you could do that too.
No, I'm asking Brad.
Oh.
He just said it's time for her to cut bait.
Yeah,
You would encourage her to say something.
If she can't bring herself to say something, then yeah, it's time to move on. If you are really interested, then say something.
Quick Rick says, got to get more direct. Info Dude says, hope she is in her right mind. It does not get to the wrong porch.
Oh, I thought this was 303.
This could be a destiny thing.
Pine Lane.
Who's behind door number 303?
Well, if he wasn't interested, let's go to 304.
Give it a shot.
So yeah, I think that's the only two options you can do if you're really to that point and he won't take the hint.
But you're both saying that she should speak up.
Well,
if she's really interested.
Say something. Just ask, like, what are your intentions?
Is there a difference for a woman to express interest and is there a difference between expressing interest and asking out?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. If she's leading it and saying, hey, I want to go to dinner with you, that's a different conversation than, hey, we've been talking.
Does it matter if you're in your 60s versus if you're 16?
Yes.
We're not there yet.
Would hope so.
I'm trying to think of the difference between those two, and I'm not sure there is a big one. It probably is the same either way.
Outside of life experience and like, do you have time to play the
yeah?
Little
do I have
games,
time to play this game anymore?
Harshinator says another point. She might not be able to ask him out because he's married and you're facilitating an affair. Well, obviously we're expressing this to single and free people.
Harsh, what do you know?
I think we're all very in favor of monogamy and.
This lady's texting. Yeah. He's over there on the stream. They're not talking at all.
Like, dude. Shh.
We only know her area code. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, we don't know your names unless you put them in there.
You can send us that and your social security number if you want. Wouldn't recommend it.
You can, but I wouldn't do it.
More texts. 314-241-9797. We might just finish the show like this. This is fun.
This says, I've asked out every woman I've ever known, and only 3 said yes. Been married 20 years now to the third one.
Well, you're 3 for 3 on marriages.
Can you imagine just going around and asking, hey, you're a lady.
Dudes do
you
that.
Go out
Ryan.
with me?
Ryan.
I didn't do that. I was picky.
Well, I know. You're you. Take it for what you will.
Care to
it was
found?
I'm going to be honest. I was going to give you a compliment and I choked.
That's worse.
No, it's not.
Because you couldn't give me a compliment.
Well, people know who you are.
You don't.
No,
they don't.
My voice
They
is getting
might
so high. I don't know what to do now.
A little bit more about who I am.
Pretty soon I'm going to
I'm
start
so picky.
speaking like those captions. Jerry Lewis does whacked out
This
captions.
show needs to get to the All-Star break. Ooh.
I think that there are absolutely men who will ask out any girl, but they're not really. It's not about the girl. It's about what he gets. But that absolutely happens. No, not this texter. That's not what I'm saying. This guy is.
I think you are saying that.
I'm just saying that my experience at Wild Country in the early 2000s found me in the face with some indiscretionary men. May I call them boys?
Did they drive convertibles? Did they have slicked back hair like Pat Riley?
Some of them drove really big trucks. The one of them is the guy who came up to me that one time and said, I had to come tell you this. You look exactly like my first wife. And my response, like a dummy, was, how many wives have you had? And his response was, none yet.
His name was Jared.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, it wasn't?
Oh, my God. That is so... No.
It worked.
It worked.
He was right.
I would like Jared to come on here one day and talk about... I don't know. I'm going to say this. He's going to shake his head and say no. Like I feel like he spent a year running away from me. And then he just gave up. I don't know. He asked me out. That's a fact. It's a fact. Cubs Cards game. Bases loaded in the bottom of the ninth, if not extra innings. Mike Matheny up to the plate. Walk off, walk. That was the game that we went to. As friends, I had an extra ticket. We were hanging out. I got the ticket at the last minute. I was like, hey, you want to go to the game with me? He said, sure.
Oh, what was that?
He said, no, he actually doesn't. He actually wrote it. I think it was for our last anniversary. He left me a note. And this is so sweet because we fight about this all the time. But he's not fighting because he wants to win. He's fighting because he knows I want to win. It's not about, he doesn't care about being right. He likes the fact that the fight continues because it bugs me. But I've said I did not ask him out. He definitely put the first move on me to begin our relationship. And I know the date and the time and the location of where that happened. But I did like him. This is a perfect example of like girls trying to make yourself available and appear interested. And you're just waiting for him to do something. But I think it was our last anniversary, left me a note on the vanity in our bathroom that said, I asked you out first. And he signed it. So I have a signed document.
He wrote it on your vanity in lipstick?
Yeah, he used it. No.
This is a weird onion to peel out here.
It was a note. It was actually a piece of paper that he tore off of, I think, like some sort of prescription information. He just tore it off and wrote it. I kept the note for posterity's sake and court.
Hang on now. Okay. This one says
This is another person telling me to STF you?
No.
Okay.
This says a woman. Oh, wait. The world would be a better place if women asked men to marry them. They'd get who they actually wanted, and we wouldn't have to play these mind games all the time.
They'd get who they actually wanted?
Yeah. Instead of settling for whoever asked.
Men, come on. Oh, my gosh. 314-241-9797. Get in on the game. We'll be right back.
Hey, it's Scott Jennings, and what does America mean to me here on our 250th birthday? The future of Western civilization. The future of human liberty. That is what is at stake in our world right now.
America 250 is sponsored by Paramount Men's Medical Center.
When it comes to planning your retirement, there's a lot to think about. Portfolio management, tax planning, and retirement income just to get started. Steve All and his team at the All Financial Group focus on those things and more. Their goal is to help you achieve your goals. Call 636-230-8824 or online, yourmoneymattersstl.com.
Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IBW, a registered investment advisor. Insurance and annuities offered through Steve All, NPN number 153-07419.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been diagnosed with mesothelioma, call us now. $30 billion was set aside for meso victims, and in most cases, your claim is settled out of court without a jury trial. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Don't miss Mosby Building Arts Home Improvement Show, Saturdays from 12 to 1 p.m. on 97.1. One of the last call-in shows where you can get live answers to your remodeling, design, and construction questions. Tune in Saturdays at noon.
See website for details. BillsHappen.com is not a lender. It does not make credit decisions. Must be 18 years old. Not available in all states.
Honey, everything is so expensive, and our bills are piling up.
You're telling me credit cards are maxed out, rent is due, and the car payment's right around the corner? We need some extra cash.
We should do what my friend from work did. She went to BillsHappen.com and got the money she needed the next day.
Our credit is not great. Are you sure that would work for us?
BillsHappen.com is one of the largest personal loan networks. They can help people with all credit types get up to $5,000.
Sounds like it's going to be a hassle.
My friend said it was super easy. She did it right from her phone during her lunch break.
If you have a regular source of income, you can be approved for a loan for up to $5,000, and your cash can hit your bank account the next day. BillsHappen.com's lenders have millions of dollars to lend, regardless of your credit history.
Guess what? I went to BillsHappen.com, and we're getting our money tomorrow.
Wow, that's fast. Problem solved.
If you need extra cash, go to BillsHappen.com. That's BillsHappen.com. BillsHappen.com.
Annie Frey is St. Louis conservative.
All right, we are getting more texts about can women ask men to marry them? At least that being the sort of general conversation we're having. It's all gone off in lots of different directions. But this one says, I asked my husband if I had proposed to him, would he have accepted?
So this person heard this and asked.
Yeah. I don't know if it's right now if they asked or if they asked this in the past. But he said, yeah, why not?
Oh, that's so progressive and secure.
That is a shot at me and Brad. That is a direct shot.
Only
at
if you take it.
I had a different word for it, but
what is it? What's your word for it?
Wuss.
Whoa! Shots fired,
yeah.
man.
Good thing that guy's not listening. Only the ladies listening.
Well, I don't know if she's listening anymore either.
She's gone now too. Bye.
No,
All
I
right,
appreciate that.
This one says, Annie, a woman can ask a man to marry if it is done in a leap year.
Is this your text?
No, there's an
this is
explanation.
something you'd say.
I like it. Let's hear it.
It says, I know because my wife told me this as she was on her knees proposing to me.
Nice. Was it in on February 29th? It's like the purge.
Like
you get
the
one day.
Every 4 years. Gosh, those are the two that said that they were for
talk
it.
about Naked Lady.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so Naked Lady
who we're
from the
now
porch.
referring to as Naked Lady with a capital N and a capital L.
Yes.
We are going to want continued updates from you, Naked Lady.
Yeah.
So she texted back in. She said, Naked Lady again. I think Brad may be right. Pretty sure he, as in the guy that she is pursuing, has been through the ringer in his past. I think he's afraid to let himself go down that path ever again.
So, Brad, what's your next set of advice?
Well, how bad do you want this relationship?
We can't just wait. The
Because
show's almost over.
I mean,
You just,
it's kind of a rhetorical question. It's a question you have to ask yourself: how bad do you want this relationship? If you want it to work, you're going to have to be more direct with him.
What should she say to him?
I can't give a good answer to that. I mean,
Brian, what should she say to him?
Listen, my man.
Should she be fully dressed?
She should be partially dressed.
Bring
Maybe
her
just
smile.
waist up.
Oh. Yes, dressed. Should she say something to him and be like, "Hey"?
Yeah, she should say something just to say, I just want to know what your intentions are, which is what I said before. I think that's the easiest way to put it. And just say, we've been out a few times if that's the case.
Should she ask him what his intentions are, or should she say what her emotions are? I think she should say how she feels.
I don't. I think the opposite.
Why?
Because then it doesn't put a lot of pressure on him.
This might be tomorrow's YouTube poll question.
If he's not into it, then he can say,
what if she doesn't?
I'm just not.
What if he's not looking for it? What if he doesn't understand her feelings? Like, she thinks that she's displaying her interest level, but maybe he's not getting it.
I mean,
shouldn't she clarify to him what her emotions are? Without like writing a soliloquy about it.
No, she should not.
It just kind of pushes him right up to the line and forces him to finally make a decision.
What does?
I just think
like what are we? The direct question. What do you think we are doing here?
Yeah, but if they're not anything right now, asking what are we? I mean, I don't feel like there's a thing that needs to be
where do you
defined.
see this going?
Well, I guess we would need to know what they're doing now. Like if they're going out every now and then yeah, she could ask that question. If she's just seeing him at church potlucks and she's like, I hope he asked me out, that's completely different. I don't know. Naked Lady, let us know.
I think that the Naked Lady should express her emotions and interest and basically make herself available for him to be interested into her. I don't think that men are always as perceptive as women wish that they were. And if he's got stuff that's stacked up against it, then maybe he's not looking for it because he's maybe a little spooked by it.
I think she should say,
this is gonna be super serious, guys. Brace yourself.
I know that
do it like Jerry Lee Lewis.
Listen, no, that's
Jerry Lewis.
That's a joke. She should say, I know you have a ton of baggage. Let me be
just
your
from my observation.
next suitcase. And I've got wheels. I'm easy to push around in airports.
And you can see I'm not hiding anything because I am fully undressed.
Here's my wheels.
I'm just a girl, undressed,
standing in front of a
boy.
What do you want?
Asking you, what the heck are you doing and thinking, man? I just hope that guy is listening right now and going, is this about me?
Wait a minute. This sounds eerily familiar.
Is it Bernard
It's on 97.1? What's happening?
Do you fly an American flag at your home? 81% of you said yes. I don't right now, but I'm hoping by maybe Friday we get ours back up and flying high with pride. Keep it right here at The Mark Reardon Show next.
Time now for today's Spotlight on Money, sponsored by Ethos.
Does your financial planner know the fiduciary oath?
That he or she will put your best interests first.
Writer Mark Hulbert says that way your financial advisor can make decisions based on your well-being and not other factors like commissions.
Before you actually sign up as a client, just have that conversation with your advisor and present that fiduciary oath to them and say, do you adhere to this, and get them to sign it.
I'm Rob Hart.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exam